G'day mates, we are the Odd Set. I'm Haikal and I'm back.
Welcome
and
back, bro.
I support Japan. That's the team I support. Yeah,
Good
take
choice
it away.
to move on from your previous team.
Yeah, bro.
Wah,
No,
go on.
I'm a United supporter. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, carry on.
Welcome back, man. It's Maddie,
Thank you.
supporter of the 3-point collectors of this week. Unlike some teams, Liverpool.
What's up, guys? I'm Mith, back and a fan of Arsenal.
Wow, everyone back, huh? Win only back, huh? Damn.
Hi guys, I'm Ish, Red Devils all the way. And this episode we have someone very special. So I've known him for a little, like I think 26 years. So I think around 26 years of his life, which is basically he's my brother Ishrak. Welcome to the pod, man.
Welcome. Woo!
Hi everyone. I'm Ishrak. I support Liverpool. I'm also probably the pod's number one fan. Comment every week. Comment
That's right.
every time.
Thank you, man.
Watch every minute. You'll probably get one less view this episode because I'll probably not have to watch this time.
Bro, when we record, right, after that we still watch, bro, because we have to
Yeah,
edit.
bro.
After
Every
we edit,
episode.
when it's up, right, we still watch again, bro.
Yeah, man.
Okay, no worries. Then I'll be there again. Don't worry.
Half the view is from us only. So you have to be watching.
So Ismam, you've known Ishrak for about as long as Arsenal last won the league title, is it?
Oh
Here
my
we
days.
go.
Oh my
Anyway,
days.
And it's
Anyway.
never been away.
Anyway, welcome back, Mith. Mith wasn't here with us the last episode. You guys saw Nitin, and then now Nitin is down with some food poisoning as
Just
Mith
like
is
his
back.
team.
So we wish speedy recovery. Maybe
Very speedy
Nitin
recovery.
is faking the food poisoning because what happened to Spurs over the weekend.
It aligns.
So it coincides.
Convenient.
Something smells fishy over here.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, we are Singapore's number one
That's right.
EPL roundup. Actually, Australia's
That's
also
right.
because Haikal is in Australia. So yeah,
That's
we are
right. And
Singapore's and Australia's.
Like
Where
nobody
else?
doing it, huh? I don't know. I think nobody doing it here, so I don't see any.
Bangladesh as well. His mom and Ishrak, right?
Nice.
And yeah, so if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. Leave your comments, whatever, whether you like the show, whether you don't like, whether you agree with us, you don't. Leave comments, like the video, share. It helps us a lot.
That's right.
And if you're not a fan of looking at our faces and decide that you want to hear us instead, we are on Spotify as well. We will leave all the link for you guys. If you want to follow us on social media, is at d.odd.set. You can find us on both Instagram and TikTok. So with that, let's round up
Let's
game week
do it.
16. We're almost halfway there.
Woof.
So this is to thank you boys for the 16 weeks of dedication for doing this, and also thank Ishrak for the
dedication,
16
man.
weeks of watching us blabber about football week after week.
Commenting, watching.
Yeah.
Amazing, bro. Thank you, man.
So guys,
Thank you.
take the example. We've brought the example. So this is who you need to follow, watch. So this week we got one place to start. The reason we are recording this late because this burden of a team keeps playing on Tuesday at 4 a.m. all the time. It's only right
Wow.
that we touch on this team, right? Because it was an amazing game. So I'll let
No
the guys.
European games, man. No European games means Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday night.
Ismam
Monday
and
night.
Haikal, you guys got to get back to Europe. I like watching football, right? I think we all do. And then Man United games on Tuesday at 4 a.m. is a chore, man. It's a chore.
Premier
But
League is the biggest league in the world, right?
Yep, true.
Why need European only? Right?
Yeah,
Bro,
I mean,
I'm
don't
lost,
need it.
bro. Honestly, right, when you talk about Europe, right, the only sound I know is Thursday nights, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. What
This
Wednesday,
season,
Thursday? I don't.
this season you don't even have that for late nights, bro.
Bro, my only midweek this year was against Grimsby Town, bro. That was the only midweek game I had.
That's your European travel. But
Bro,
I was gutted.
Ah.
I didn't catch the game live because it turned out to be a banger. So Ismam, what are your thoughts about this game. It ended 4-4 at Old Trafford. Man United 4, Bournemouth 4. So
Mm.
take it away, bro. Your thoughts, I want to know, man.
I think if you look at our Old Trafford, we have had 2 points from out of possible 9 for the last 3 games at Old Trafford. That being said, it's against Everton, Bournemouth, and who was the last one? Was it West Ham?
West
Yeah,
Ham.
we drew
West Ham,
West
right?
Ham also, right?
Yeah.
So it feels like yesterday genuinely felt like we dropped 2 points, right? Simply because of the fact the first half, in fact, the first 35, 40 minutes, right, we played very, very well. It's the best football I've probably seen United play ever. We should have been up 4-5-0 at that point. I mean, maybe I sent you the TikTok, right? You could see
Yeah, correct.
we created a lot of chances, and I was very confident going into the game because I know Bournemouth can be picked off, right? Because they are a very expensive team, and United thrives in this kind of chaos. The Rubens teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw it happen, I was like, okay, this should be a relatively easy game. And we did so, we did our part. But the thing is, I do not, for the life of me, understand how did we have 5 defenders, right? And we are conceding 4 goals actually, right? Like the formation does come back to 5 defenders, right? How are we being this leaky? Then I thought about it. Maybe because the league is not playing, right? The league has been, to me, our player of the season so far has been Matthias de Ligt, and he has been injured for the last 3 games. And just so happens that the last 3 games we drew, right? Or like drew all the games. So I'm thinking maybe, but it cannot just based on one player. But all in all, I would say banger of a game. I thought the Cunha, when he scored the 4th goal, I thought this was it. We're going to win the
Stratford
game.
end, man.
Stratford end went crazy.
Stratford end, man.
Bruno's goal was amazing as well.
Bruno's goal
that's pretty much.
amazing, but
Sorry, guys. My kids are
guys,
sick.
guys, if you hear us being like having some background noise, we are all working adults. Some of us are parents, so the kids might do the darndest things during the episode.
In this case, Ishmam's wife and kids just came back from Orchard, probably shopping. Right. So it's okay, bro. No worries. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
carry on.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. I was saying, right. Like I feel the atmosphere was. People have been complaining that how can we go to 10 minutes? Hi, who's that?
Hello.
see,
That's a
and now we
United
have
fan, guys.
Are you what fan are you? What club do you support?
Liverpool.
Man United. Yeah.
I can't see Emre. Emre, can I see? Chacha can't see you, Babu.
He cannot see you.
Oh
Huh?
yeah.
Hi, Babu.
Okay, guys.
So just
go,
like
go, go, go. Sorry.
before his mom carries on, he's setting his kids up for early disappointment lessons by asking them to
Oh,
support
oh
Manchester.
my.
character development lah. Some call it lah. Well, anyways,
Yeah.
sorry. I feel the whole atmosphere yesterday, like people were complaining that how can we go down 1 man against Everton and still be complete, like bringing defenders and all this. I feel yesterday we kind of answered that. We went expensive. We did well. We were doing the best we could. But I just feel that the goals we are conceding, man, it's crazy. Like the amount of goals this team is conceding. We have to tighten up something. I do not know what it is. And I mean, the headline of the game, even though it was such a wonderful game by United, minus the goals conceded, was the Kobe Maino's brother.
Oh yeah, correct. He wore a t-shirt.
He came in well, a t-shirt say free Kobe Maino and stuff like that. To me, it's nonsensical. It's
Where can we
idiotic
order
to
this
not-
t-shirt? Is it available on
You
the Man
shouldn't-
United store?
You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. Now the thing is, you are actually making life harder for your brother. Maybe the brother was in on this as well. I mean, Kobe, right? Who knows? But I wasn't a fan of that. However, I feel that we have solved some of our problems from last year, which was a lack of goals. Now we do not have lack of goals. We are in fact scoring a lot more. We are, I think, top 3 in the league of in terms of scoring goals and creating chances and all this stuff. So there's been positive to take is probably the goals scored and quality of the goals. And they were nice. The Bruno one was fantastic and all that, but also criticism we have to criticize that because these are the games we are supposed to win. Because the next few games, the Newcastle game is not going to be easy. We are supposed to win the Everton game, the West Ham game, and this, and to solidify our place as a potential Champions League or like Europa League kind of Europe thing, right? So it's a bit disappointing. But I'm not going to be too critical of the team because, I mean, it was a fun, entertaining game lah. That's what I have to say lah.
Haikal, what's your biggest positive from this game that you take away?
Before I give my positive, I'm so glad to be back, guys. So I'm really happy
That is
to
the
see you
positive
guys.
for this Man
That
United
is
game. So
a
we will move
positive.
on from this game.
Seeing all you guys and also having a guest, So I'm really happy. But back to United. I think the positive is that we are looking actually positive, like on the attack. And I think just like what Ishmam said, I think scoring goals is something that we've been lacking. Surprisingly, without having an actual striker, even I know Cunha can play as a striker. We said this so many times, but um, not having like a proper striker there, we still managed to get goals. We're still getting goals from Ahmad, of course, always from Bruno and his assists and stuff. But yeah, we got goals from Cunha as well. So it's good to see. But I actually only had two things for this game. I want to keep it really short for my end. Apart from this was wasted points again. I truly feel this was again wasted points. We, like Ishmam said, we totally controlled the first half, 30 minutes, 35 minutes. But two things that I really wanted to highlight. I think we really need to play an actual striker, preferably Sesko. Then I think
Where
I
is
said
Sesko? Is he injured?
he just came back from injury.
Oh, okay.
I get it. He just came back from injury, but what I'm meaning is that we should always try to have a proper striker there so that Cunha and Mbuemo can have the freedom to do their thing. Then they don't have that pressure of like trying to like do too much of like getting the goals, trying to assist each other, trying to like find each other and stuff. If they had a striker, they actually have it's like when you have a striker, you have eyes off, and then like Cunha who is so good at holding the ball, and Mbuemo who is so good at shooting the ball or whatever, can have their thing and their own freedom. And another thing that I think we've said so many times, I think Bruno really can't lose his head, man. Like, I know he's unhappy. I know he's like, I think before the show we spoke about this. He had this report where he told about the situation in the club and stuff like that. But I think as a professional player, as a player of his caliber and status, I think he can't lose his head. Every time he loses his head, the team goes haywire. Like when he starts to, scold his own players or like gets mad or whatever, it affects the players around him. As a skipper, as a as a captain, when you do that, you affect your players. It makes your players lose focus. So I just feel if Bruno can keep his head straight and not lose, not have a head loss almost. I mean, he has a head loss almost every game, right? There's no game where he doesn't have a head loss. He have a moment in that game or whatever, but he I just hope he can get better at that. Because I think if he doesn't have a head loss, I think if he actually properly doesn't have a head loss and manages his emotion, I think everyone around him works way better. So that's my take from the United game for this one.
So we always have this. I think I read before I came online as things were loading. He talked about the ownership. They wanted to sell him. Is that what you guys are talking about, right? So
Yeah,
wanted to sell him, and then
because the
Amorim
manager, the manager wants him. That's what
wanted
he
him,
stated.
right? We've
Yeah.
always had this conversation like numerous times. So now I'm gonna bring our guest in, Ishrak. So do you feel that this Manchester United team is better with or without Bruno Fernandes? And if you were, say, you were part of the management, and then you had of course we are not we are Liverpool fans, bro. So, but if you were part of the management and you received that 100 million bid, well, it was 100, right, or 110 or something
90
like that,
million or something.
right?
Yeah.
Would you have let him go?
Okay. First and foremost, I think any team without Bruno in like the last 5 to 6 years for Man U would be a worse team. I think Bruno Fernandes is and always has been, ever since the day he has stepped into that club, the best player in the team. Unfortunately, I think for Man U, the way Amorim wants to play, actually, it's funny because he wants to keep him. I do understand why he wants to keep him, but it's kind of you either have to choose the Amorim way of playing or you have to choose Bruno.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
just of how he is, right? I think Bruno Fernandes is great.
Yeah.
If I was Man U, would I have taken the offer? Again, it's I think they're in a halfway house. I think they were trying to force Bruno into leaving so that they don't have to be the bad guys selling your best player. Sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it's not. Sometimes the manager learns to play with it. What I would say for Amorim is the fact that he wants to keep Bruno is probably because he has not found any sort of replacement.
Yeah.
And including their recruitment, I would think Baleba would be the closest thing that he wanted in a centre mid position, which whatever 100 million they would have gotten off Bruno, they would have to put fully on Baleba.
Yeah.
And realistically, I don't know if Baleba alone would have made a difference. So I get why Amorim thought it was better to keep Bruno, because as much as we all know this, he's defensively not the most disciplined person. A lot of goals may go through him. He is a net positive, but the free kick he scored was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, I can't tell you I watched the game. However, every time I'm watching Menu, and of course Bruno loves to play his hero ball or whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
He is that guy. He is that person who's literally keeping Menu from mediocrity for year after year over the last few years. That being said, again, as I said, you're in a halfway house, which I think even Liverpool is for a matter of that. But I think they would have to decide, would I have gotten rid of Bruno Fernandes only if I was guaranteed to get 2 8s? So, for example, I think my brother is always harping on Elliot Anderson. He loves Elliot
This
Anderson.
fella. He will spend
Yeah,
the 100 million, right? He will go and spend on Elliot Anderson
he would
and then
probably
wonder
top it
why
up as
they're
well.
broke.
Yeah, yeah, but I would
Send the
think that
fellas another 50 lah. While you're at it.
Yeah. So I would think that I was talking to my brother about this, and I think like clearly a destroyer is not what Man U need, because Ugarte is horrific. Realistically, Casemiro probably the best header of the ball I've seen in like the longest time of my life. Like
Yeah,
he
the
can
fella
really
is-
hit a ball, but
yeah.
apart if he has to play more than 50 minutes in a game, it seems to be a bit of a struggle. So I would think what they need is something in the mold of I mean, it's easy to say because he's one of the best players ever, but Roy Keane. Someone who's an 8, someone who is a box to box, and they need 2 of those. It's very hard to find in this game. So, I mean, that's just my personal opinion. And until you can find a solution to that, you probably have to stick with your best player.
But I
Yeah.
think
Bro,
at the end
like,
of the day,
sorry.
Ismail, I'll just get this out. I think at
Yeah,
the end of
yeah,
the day, when it comes to, uh, I'm a fan of Bruno. Not as a player, I believe he adds value to that United squad. Right? If you guys had sold him in the summer and then made like 100, and seeing what Baleba is doing this season, man, you guys would have been in a worse off position if you
Deep
guys had
trouble. Deep
replaced
trouble. Right?
Bruno with Baleba. Yeah, Ismail, you were saying something?
what I was saying is that okay, so there's this argument, right? Like, why don't you play Bruno at 10? Okay? So that's the argument. Like, but the problem is that Bruno is too slow for 10. No, I mean, his 10 you can see is like the Cunha and Buemo, like the pacey players.
I
You
see.
need to have pace. But the thing is, he is too slow for 10 and he's too ill-disciplined for 6.
So where do you what is
So
the
that's the
ideal
thing.
then?
But then the ideal is 8 lah. Obviously, he's actually a natural 8, right? More than a 10. But I do feel that the value he adds to United is more than all the negatives that he does have to offer lah in this approach. So I agree with Ishrak lah. Like, there's no the whole replace with who. Like, let's say you get the 100 million, right? I mean, whatever you just said lah, Baleba 100 million, come in, drops an absolute stinker for 6 months, and then you're like, shit, now our goal scorer is gone also. The guy with the most assists and goals for the last 6 seasons as United was booked. Like, he always had more than 10 goals and 10 assists every season.
Yeah.
And then we are getting rid of that. But however, I do think that we need like a player alongside him who can do the dirty work for him lah. The ideal thing is Caicedo, this kind of player who not just a destroyer but like like a proper passer of the ball. Because I don't think Bruno is gone. I don't think they're gonna sell Bruno. Let's just be real. Not anytime soon lah. Okay, unless he decides to leave. Then okay.
I mean, it's a great solution if your solution to get a midfielder is the best midfielder in the league lah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Caicedo.
I think that's
true,
a bit.
bro. No, but I think can I just say something about this? I just feel that if we talk about, because Ishrak mentioned how the management is kind of on the fence about it.
Yeah.
Of course it's a tough decision, a tough situation to be in and a tough decision to make, and I feel it is. I still stand by what I said. I still feel it was a wasted decision that we didn't take the money because he's getting older. He's not getting any younger. I get it. He's scoring goals and stuff. But if they are sticking with Amorim, they have to let him go. If they are not sticking with Amorim, then yes, keep Bruno in the squad.
Temporary
So that is
solution.
just how I look at it. And nothing against Bruno. I think, like I said, when he first entered United, that first season, that was one of his best season. That's what, like, I think even internationally, I seen him play. I think that first season for United, he was carrying United on his bloody back by himself. No, not a lot of players can do that. And of course, as a player, it's hard to always perform at your 100 all the time. So, um, I believe Bruno is good, but after the years that has happened and the things that happen, of course, things are going to affect him. And yeah, man, I just felt that 100 million would have helped in our cause since we're already owing so much money to people. But
Yeah, no,
anyway,
I think you're definitely right. But I think one thing that's interesting is actually like why Mount looks a lot better is because like I think Ishmael and I were discussing this as well, is when he plays in one of the tens, he does come back to help defend and it does make the team a lot better. I think y'all have stated this as well. Mount is
Yeah.
the coach's player, right?
Yeah.
So he's the person who can
just
carry
back.
out. If I tell you to do this, he will do it to a T. And I think that helps as well. I mean, funnily enough, I think Manu had actually quite a low XG conceded last season, correct? It just so happened that they were conceding a lot more. Now it's kind
Yeah.
of flipped. I mean, Manu are scoring a lot more. I would actually think they're still not conceding that much XG, to
I
be
saw
fair.
this. I
Certain
saw this
games, yeah.
one stat whereby this person pointed out that Le Mans has conceded about 15 goals in the last how many games in total. Not sure, but the point this person was making was Onana is a problem, but Onana is not the problem that made up
Big
to be,
problem.
because
Correct.
once Le Mans, of course, he had a fantastic start to the season, right? And of course, I'm going to say he's way better than Onana for
Yeah.
sure. But as the season is progressing, he seems to be conceding more and more. I think yesterday, the free kick, I saw one of these clips whereby Bruno was already telling him where the ball is going to go, and then he hesitated. It could have been
Hesitates.
safe, right? Could have been
No,
saved or
but
something.
but if you had watched the game, right, bro? Like Mitran, you were watching the game, right? Like, the
Yeah, bro.
he had like 3 or 4 like insane, like very very good saves. But I feel
Yeah.
like he's keeping okay. If you watch all the goals, other than the free kick, right, all
Mhm.
the other 3, like at the corner, bro, it's impossible to save one. But I feel
So,
that whatever he can save, he saves.
mm.
I feel whatever
So the
he
point
can
that the
save,
person
like,
was making, right, is not to say that Le Mans is a bad keeper. The point that
yeah,
the
yeah,
person
yeah.
was
That
trying to
means
make
the
was,
team is like an issue lah,
yeah,
like the defense.
they're
Yeah,
saying that, like,
I
for all the blame Onana got, it's still leaky at the back. So
you
they're saying that, like, there are other areas. Of
but
course,
I
we
was
do.
leaking in my pants every time I see
I
Onana.
want to counter this thing though. Like, I think that stability is very important. I think we solved one issue there.
Safer
Stability with Onana was so bad because he cost goals, and we
goals.
saw that
Yeah.
in this week's games. For example, Vicario did a
Yeah.
very silly mistake, right? Onana used to do
Yeah.
that mistake. So
Yeah. True.
we solved that issue, and yes, he might have considered a lot of goals, but if you watch all the goals that he considered, because I'm a fan of keepers, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the goals, or I can guarantee you most of the goals, if you watch back, it's not easy to save. And
Yeah.
like what Ishmam said and what Mitran said, he has saved more crazy shots or attempts at goals by opponents than he has conceded.
So
So
this game could have ended up 7-7 or 8-8 like that, right?
yeah,
Given that he saved that much.
he has been a solid presence. He has distributed the ball well. He has
Yeah,
been
yeah,
very
definitely.
calm. He has been, so I think we solved an issue there.
Mm.
And it has helped that in certain games we are not conceding as much goals.
Yeah,
Unfortunately
definitely.
in this one we conceded 4 bloody goals. So yeah.
Before we leave this game, I want to hear middleman thought. Mitran, so you watched the game. Do you feel Man U deserve more out of this game, or do you feel like the 4-all was a justified scoreline?
I think based on the first half, Man U edged it lah. So if there was going to be a winner, it was United. But it won't surprise the draw. I won't be surprised by the draw because I think United's problem is that they're a bit too leaky. Their attack is really strong, but they're a bit too leaky. By the way, I just wanted to check, when is the lead coming back? Is he coming back for the Villa game over the weekend?
Bro, they initially say that he's only gone for a week,
Yeah.
one game. Then now he has
Yeah.
become 3 games. There's no update from the
No updates
management
yet.
at all. There's zero updates. They are not transparent at all about injuries when it comes to United.
Yeah. Personally, guys, I think he's a huge miss. I always rated the lead since the
Yeah.
start of the season. I think he's part of that spine that they have formed. Like I think we spoke about it in the previous episode. So he's a huge miss. And the player who stepped in was actually Eden Heaven. I mean, I don't want to be hard on the boy. He's from my
Because from
academy actually.
Arsenal.
Yeah, and everything. But it was a bit too high. He was punching a bit too heavy.
Above his
It
weight.
was too difficult for him. The first goal, he did not close down Semenyo. He could have closed down. I know Luke Shaw lost the ball, but you got to close him down faster, bro. Semenyo had a whole of the penalty box to run through and shoot.
Yeah.
The
It
third
actually
goal
even
also went
opened up,
through him.
but
Yeah, correct. So, but he's young lah. Arsene Wenger always used to say this. I might as well give a youngster these kind of chances and let him learn from these experiences. Then let
Where else you gonna
experienced
learn?
player make this. Yeah, exactly. So I think it's okay. But the league needs to come back fast, guys, because you have Villa, you have Newcastle. It's going to get a bit tougher over the Christmas period. So the league needs to come back. Other than that, I think attack-wise, you guys are on point. Like what is said, a second highest scoring team in the league after City. Ahmad, Mbeumo, and even Cunha now is starting to get into the strike. Mason Mount as well. So I think attack-wise, you guys have gone up at least a notch or two compared to last season.
The
Yeah,
problem is the
Two
AFCON.
of the names,
right?
two of the names you just mentioned. But I think you guys can show that. I think you guys. I asked you, Ezra, did Mbeumo had a bad game? I think you agreed. So it shows that you guys can still cope without Mbeumo performing. But Ahmad seems to be the thing right now.
Ahmad
So
will be replaced by Dalo, bro.
yeah, Ahmad
Oh
Dalo.
my days.
Ahmad
Ahmad
Dalo.
Dalo. We actually wanted
So
Diallo.
we will wrap this Man United segment. As for Bournemouth, finally, I think they've been losing, right? I think like they've lost a couple of games in a row. So I think it's about
Yeah, they've been in a horrible run actually after like the first 6 games.
Yeah.
So yeah,
My-
it's
my-
good. I think it's good. They needed the result. Yeah.
I'm glad my boy.
Semenyo needed a goal as
Yeah,
well.
I also
I
needed
mean, it's funny to
Semenyo's
say because
goal.
I think he was the best player in the league for like the first 6 games. So.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad my boy Anthony has turned things around with a 4-all draw. Anthony
Oh,
hero.
man.
So we end
They,
this
they,
segment
they
with
put up
the
a good fight.
prediction.
It was a good game though. It was a good fight by
If
Bournemouth.
you're scoring 4 away from home, definitely I think
Yeah,
it
man.
is. So we'll go for the predictions of Man United next game. United next game is against Aston Villa. Don't tell me you guys playing at 4 a.m. I will stop this recording now. Okay, you guys
No,
playing
I think it's-
Monday 12:30, so it's quite decent.
Yeah.
So you guys, Man U's playing Aston Villa. Man U will be away.
Away.
So what's your predictions, boys? This is a tough game. Man. It's
Easy
toughest
lah.
game.
Yeah, there's I always say there's 3 certainties in life: death, tax, and United beating Villa. I've mentioned this so many times. I think it's gonna be a comfortable 2-1 lah.
Oh my god.
Comfortable 2-1, bro.
I-
2-1.
I was gonna say 2-1 also for United. So yeah, man, 2-1
the
for me as
United
well.
fans are really
They're on
having
it. They're back.
high expectations at Villa Park. You guys sure or not? You guys know
Guys,
it's not
let me-
Old Trafford, right?
Let me warn you all, Villa Park is not for everyone.
That's
Especially
why.
not for us.
That's why we went with 2-1. Correct, no, Isha? This wasn't even planned, man.
So it's a humble 2-1 win.
It's gonna be a humble, comfortable 2-1 lah, so called.
Humbly
I'm-
comfortable.
I'm going Villa 2-0.
Whoa.
Not even a goal lah, Mehdi. Come on, man. Where's the respect?
Okay, like I say, you will say I'm hating. Maybe I am.
Sesko's back.
But the thing is, you guys are figuring out to do because now Ahmad goes off, and this is the first game after the guys are off for AFCON. So
I mean,
there will
Sesko's
be
back.
yeah, but there will be disruption. You take off Mbeumo, you take off Ahmad, and then there's figuring out. But we'll see. Maybe you guys might be right. Mitran, your prediction?
I'm going 2-2, bro.
Oh.
Wow, that would be a banger of a game. So I better not miss. And lastly, Ishrak, your
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go for a draw as well. Probably like a 1-1 or a 2-2. But like a point, right? Unai Emery's only weakness is a 3-man back. He can't play a 3-man back. He struggles extremely hard against Glasner. He gets his ass handed to him every single time. I think even with Man U, the last time Amorim played them, it was the reason why they couldn't make the Champions League as
right,
well.
yeah.
So I do think there is something there. And you never know. So I do think Man U are going to get something out of it, but I don't think it's going to be a win.
Now I'm seem like to be a proper hater because I didn't expect United to score at
You
all.
are, bro. What are you talking? You are, bro. What do you mean?
For Bournemouth though, I think my boy Anthony will get back on track because they're playing Burnley home.
They should.
Burnley at home. I think they
Ooh.
should be safe lah. I think like a 2-0. So I should keep Semenyo in my FPL.
I'm gonna go for a
Anybody-
3-1 though. Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Anybody is going for Burnley? May I ask?
No, I wanted to go 3-1 also actually.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think 1-0 lah. Don't give this for us. I'd say idiots. Score 4 goals
Bro,
against United. We'll score 1 against Burnley.
They can score, bro. Like fucking
Yeah,
like
this game showed that they can score.
junior
yeah.
groupies, score.
Good player. Good player.
Yeah, he's a good player. I know, no doubt. Yeah,
Ishrak, your prediction for this game?
Mate, probably like a 2-0 to Bournemouth. Yeah.
Ooh.
So there you
Nice,
have it.
nice.
We will come back and see whether am I hitting for the sake of hitting or am I being just in my predictions. Because I give you guys the reason. So we'll move on to the next game of this week. So shall we do Arsenal first or shall we do Liverpool first? Let's do Arsenal. Mith was quiet in the first.
Okay, let's go.
So
Let's go.
We bring that his game. So Arsenal beat Wolves 2-1 at home. Mith, first of all, I need to ask you for your, because I was thinking this is a comfortable game, even to the point that I sacrificed my Haaland captaincy on FPL, and although Saka has been mid, right, I put Saka as my captain because I just thought you guys were going to batter them at home. Turned out different. What do you make out of this game? Were you stressed watching this game or not?
Before the game, right, bro, I was making myself coffee. I don't do all that for Premier League games. And Premier League games, so I get my bottle of water. I only deserve water. I won't want anything. So water, made coffee, everything. Sitting down at the back of my sofa, nicely relaxing. At the end of the game, I had chills down my bloody spine, man. Like seriously, like the game was so horrific that I didn't, believe it or not, I didn't celebrate the winning goal. I didn't because I was more of shocked that we had to go to this extent. So I was talking to Ish during the game at 5:20. He messaged me, "Chalat." I replied, "Title gone, bro." At 5:23, I replied to him, "Bro, we are winning the title."
We are winning the title.
I'm going to screenshot that part and I'm going to post it up. I was waiting for our pod to be done so that I'm going to post it up. Bro, it's driving me like I'm going crazy, man. So, okay, I'm going to get into the game. The first thing, I think this is the game. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Arteta, huge supporter of Arteta, and I stand up for him all the time now. But he got it horribly wrong. Okay, and I think he needs to be called out for this week, especially. The way he set up, there is no reason at all against the bottom team who have 2 points, least scoring. There's no reason at all you go with a double pivot of Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi. Okay, no reason. All right, there's no reason to be defensive at home against Wolves. This is the kind of games where you play Eze and Odegaard and put one of Zubimendi or Rice sit in front of your back four.
Yeah,
this is my
true.
take. All right. So when you are so conservative, it gives me as a fan the taking that you are scared to lose. All right, you are okay with a 1-0 or a 2-0, but you are scared to lose, and that's not good, especially against Wolves. United just battered them for 1. You know what? My United fans were telling me you are going to batter them 7-0, 8-0, 6-0. All right, so that was not good by Arteta. Number one, with regards to how he set up. So the way he set up was why we actually played quite badly, I feel. Secondly, this is the third game in 16 games where Mikel Arteta has completely gotten it wrong from the get-go and wasted the whole first half. The other 2 games, Villa Park, where we lost, he took out Martinelli and brought in Trossard, and the other game was at Etihad, at Emirates against Man City. I'm not sure whether you guys remember. He was extremely conservative. All right, some might even say Anfield, where Liverpool were not really purring, and he decided to go very conservative. So this is the fourth game where he has done it. Thankfully, this time around, it didn't cost us points. But I think the laziest argument is 3 points anyways. I'm not going to buy that, because 38 game season performances like this will catch up with you, and when it catches up with you, you cannot sit down here crying because you probably would have lost the league to City already. So that's another thing. The third thing is with regards to how he's handling injuries is absolutely absurd. All right, injuries, if there's one or two, you can put it off to bad luck. But when you have this many recurring injuries, you have to look for the pattern and you have to look out why it's happening. All right, so it's simple load management. Ben White just returned back from a knee injury. What do you go and do? You play him 3 90 minutes games over a span of 7 days. He was sprinting back trying to catch Huang, and he's done his hamstring. What
He's
do you
injured
expect?
again, right?
He's injured. His hamstring is gone. So, Mikel Arteta, what do you expect? Do you expect them to be like, I don't get it, man. And then he comes out in his press conferences and tells us it's about load management. It's a very vicious cycle. And now Ben White is out. So what does it do? It increases the workload on Julian Timber and the other right back. And what happens to them? They get injured. Then Ben White comes back. It's just a cycle. So I think Arteta got a lot of things wrong, and he needs to fix it up fast, because if he doesn't, we're not going to win this title. That's what I feel lah. So these were the things about Arteta to begin with. I don't know whether anyone of you want to chip in before I talk about two of the other things.
I want to ask something, bro.
Yeah.
Because this like you said, this is a reoccurring thing. Like this has been happening, right? Then don't you think Arteta is the issue? Then, like, don't you think that I get it, you support the manager and stuff, but then, like, if this thing has been happening over and over again, don't you think he is the problem
With regards to the injuries, is it, bro?
with injuries and the load management and all those kind of things, and don't you think like he is then the issue?
At the end of the day, I do support Arteta, but at the end of the day, he has to deliver lah. No one is bigger than the club, in my opinion. If he doesn't deliver at the end of this season, or to the audience, I will be out here telling that he has to go. That's 10. I think I made it clear the first time I entered the pod. If he doesn't win a major, he has to go. All right. So he needs to learn from his mistakes, and he's making way too many mistakes, in my opinion. All right, with regards to the load management and the injuries, etc. I don't know whether any one of y'all have anything to ask regarding Mikel Arteta, and
But I think I think you were perfectly right when you said the lazy argument is 3 points, because if you did this against like a Brighton, like a Bournemouth maybe, right, and then you guys got the 3 points, whichever way, guys, at least you can say, these are tough teams, and then anyway you get that 3 point, it's a good thing. But when it's like Wolves who have 2 points, I think that's where I feel like you are right. Like that is why maybe the fans are not as upbeat with the 3 point. You were watching the game, right? What would you pinpoint to as the main reason for Arsenal not scoring? I mean, there were two own goals, right? Two own goals from. So what was the main reason you guys failed to score?
I think the one glaring thing, right, guys, that I captained Eze in my FPL, and I was looking out for Eze actually, because I thought, okay, this is the kind of games where I see Eze receive the ball between the lines, use his burst of pace to actually, beat the mark. Yeah, correct, and do what Eze does. You know what Eze has become under this Arsenal system? He has become a rigid, sideways, boring player. That's what we have done to him. And I'm not talking about being reactionary to his sudden form. I compared him to the Community Shield against Liverpool, where he ran Liverpool. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he did really, really well against Liverpool. I also compared him to the first game he played for Crystal Palace against Chelsea. I went to watch back highlights of both the games. The Eze there and the Eze here reminds me of the Grealish at Aston Villa and the Grealish at Man City under Pep.
Do you feel like this is a thing whereby for some players the move seems to be a bit too big? Like we've had this conversation before, right? Like this going on with Eze, And then one of the other players that I always ask Ishmael or Haikal about is Cunha. The Cunha we saw at Wolves and the Cunha we see at Man U are like two different players. Do you feel the move is too big, or what do you think that
I
Arteta
think
can
it's
do
down to
to
coaching, bro. It's just down to coaching. The first thought of in your mind as a winger or attacking player should be to beat your opponent, right? Like to beat the guy who's marking you, right? And I see players like Martinelli now extremely scared to take on
Yes,
Matt
yeah.
Doherty. Matt Doherty, guys. Has the bar dropped this low? Has the bar dropped this low? And you're telling me Martinelli, who skinned the club brooch right back on a Champions League night, can't beat Matt Doherty? Of course he can. But what he can't do is he's so scared that if he beats him and loses the ball because of how he's being coached, his first instinct in his mind is get the ball, do the save
Play
pass.
safe.
Don't
play
lose
safe.
the ball. This is what kills creativity. This is what kills output. And Mikel Arteta, against low blocks in the Premier League, if he continues this way, it's going to end up in draws. The reason why we lost the title last year to Liverpool wasn't because of the defeats. We lost the same number
Draw.
of games. Was because of the high number of draws, especially draws at home. Bournemouth, Everton, West Ham. I can go on and on. Last season, this season, if he doesn't fix this up fast, right, it's going to be the same thing. We nearly drew to Wolves, you know.
Yeah, correct.
If we drew to Wolves, the conversation today is going to be completely different. It's going to be Arsenal are done. City are going to do it, you know.
Could have lost as well, right? I think Wolves had some chances as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Towards the
Wolves
end,
had
right?
chances.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I wanted to bring up is Gyökeres lah.
Victor
I think we have
Gosseries
to talk.
again. Mike.
I think it's time to talk about Gyökeres.
Ooh.
I think Victor Gyökeres,
This is-
there's only so much leeway I can give. I'm very critical about other players. I have to be fair. I have to be critical of my own. Appalling, guys. It's absolutely appalling. And this is a player who won the Gerd Muller trophy, you know, with the highest number of goals. Okay, yes, we have to play to his strength, but it's not a one-way street. He also has to adapt. There was one ball that Saka put into the ball.
I have that
Brother,
in my notes, bro.
in my hall, I felt like jumping onto the ball, you know. And
Bro.
you are telling me you are in the penalty box and you are not even jumping onto the ball.
What a ball by
Come
Saka.
on, bro.
Wasted. Gyökeres can't reach to finish. That's my notes, bro.
How can you not be there? That's what a predator instinct is. I'm okay.
And that is what
by the way,
we expected him to be, right?
Exactly.
Like we didn't expect him to be like the guy who's going to dribble past. We expected him to be like the fox in the box, like extremely clinical, right?
But I never, I don't. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
Go for it.
yeah, I don't think he was ever a fox in the box. I think throughout his sporting career, like throughout his time in sporting, I think he scored a very
Driver.
specific type of goal.
Which
right?
is
he was very good at running
He's a driver.
behind the
Channels.
defense. Yeah, he's
Okay.
running the channels, going
Yeah.
straight for it. I don't think the fox in the box thing. I think it's probably because of his build, how he is. Of course, he has scored a lot of goals. As well. You know, I think there's the assumption, but I don't think he has ever really been that type of striker. I actually think like someone who's that kind of striker is probably like someone more of like a Ishrak. Or like someone who's more of that
Ishak is
in
a
the box,
fox on the
get the ball.
bench.
Yeah, no, that brother, wallahi, we'll get to that brother.
We'll
But
talk about that guy,
but
man.
before that, So actually, mate, I actually have quite a few things because like for someone who's
See, he took out his pen already, guys. If
yeah,
you're
no, for
watching
someone
this,
who's an Arteta fan, that was a lot of criticism, brother. But okay,
Actually, bro, before you start, I just wanted to say, for me, I will fight everyone for him if he does his work properly. But if he doesn't, I'll be the first one here to criticize him because that's how it should be, right?
okay, I mean like
Ishrak, can you pen down your camera a bit?
okay, sorry, my bad. Is this
Yeah,
better?
okay,
Sorry,
You
sorry.
need to see the Liverpool jersey,
I
bro.
scared the clips, right? When we clip up, then
Yeah,
we look only our top of the head only.
Yeah, okay, my
Okay,
bad.
now it's on
Sorry.
it already, bro.
Okay. Okay, so firstly I'll start with the Zubimendi and Rice, right? You said the double pivot, right? And you were upset about it. Do you not believe that this is due to his centre back injury? Saliba just came in. I think that's probably the reason why he was probably going more conservative. Just a thought, lah. Not necessarily saying it was the right decision. I understand what you mean. I think into your point also, lah, that he has a big rotation issue. He has always had this. Now he probably has the players to rotate a lot more, but he doesn't really trust as much. I think he has a big trust issue. But then again, I think most top tier managers, I don't think Jurgen Klopp is very famous for rotating throughout his time as well. Apart from Pep Guardiola, who has the fortunes and the players, don't really see people rotating too much. So that's that. You mentioned about Eze. And actually, I'm a lot less critical on Eze because I think you made the point yourself as well that previously Eze in Palace, he was looking amazing, right? Best player on the field most of the games. However, like I think that main point that you raised is the low block part, right? So when Palace, who's a big counter-attacking team, who loves being on the go, Eze being a outstanding dribbler, good, especially when he's running on the ball, a fantastic player. I would think it's a lot tougher, right? To be playing in that manner. So I think that's something that to take into account as well, lah. Right.
Fair.
Along with that, you're saying that 2-1 against Wolves. Of course I understand. There are times where it doesn't really look like a good result, but I think the last time Liverpool had 3 big centre backs injured, brother, we fell off a cliff, lah. So I'm not saying that forgive and forget. But there are games, when Liverpool won the league for the first time in 30 years, right? It was against Villa. We were 1-0 down. Absolutely one of the worst performances I've seen. Andy Robertson gets a goal and assist. We just clinch it in the last. Villa didn't get relegated that season because of Haikal controversy, like the goal line controversy.
Yeah, correct.
Yes, right? Probably one of the worst teams in the league. Sometimes, brother, it's okay. It's okay to get that win,
But it wasn't a 2-point Villa, bro. That's the
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. It's definitely like I'm not
Wolves
getting
is
an
bad,
apple
man.
to apple comparison.
Yeah.
But I think there are times where I think Arsenal's not been having a very good 2-3 weeks, right? It's been a tough 2-3 weeks, right? So I would think that when it's that bad, right? Like when you can see that the Emirates is nervy, and you can see Mitran as well. I think he's quite a perfect embodiment of what Arsenal is at times nervous, right? They're nervous because of whatever's happened and all. Sometimes, right, to get that win it's important, lah. It's very important.
For
And
sure.
I think you should also but praise your players, but Bukayo Saka, he probably has the best delivery in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
his
superb
corners,
performance by him, man.
his cut in that cut in cross, right, that he does, I think it's as good as Yamal. And I think he just doesn't get enough credit for that. Bukayo Saka, when the game is tight, he really does. He has that Mo Salah thing about him, where I need that moment from you. And I know if a corner comes on, right, I know Bukayo Saka is the person I want to go to. So, I mean, just, just a perspective, lah, right?
Yeah, bro. Actually, I agree with most of the stuff that you said. The only reason is because, like what you pointed out, the last point, 2-3 weeks, the performance levels have been dipping actually. So it wasn't just this one game, but it was. I wanted to use this one game as like a spring to get back into form and get the rich vein of form back. But it didn't happen. Against Sunderland, we drew. People told. I mean, the consensus in my Arsenal group was things like this can happen. Against 10-man Chelsea, we drew. Things like this can happen. At Villa Park, we lost. Villa Park, we lost. Things like this can be happen. If the game on Saturday ended 1-0, I would be actually fine. I won't be so critical. But that goal that we conceded disgusted me. We sat back and deeper and deeper and deeper at home against Wolves. Yes, it was. I'm not taking it for granted, but I just feel that it was a very poor performance. And another thing is Declan Rice actually was very critical of the team. Actually, I don't know whether you guys saw, he blasted the whole team.
Oh, what did he say?
Didn't say. Okay, so once Arsenal scored the second goal, all the players were going like crazy, right? Declan Rice actually went to Timber and was like, "Bro, what's going on?" And at full time, Gabriel Magalhaes actually was by the sidelines trying to high-five him. He didn't want to high-five actually. He just said, "What the fuck is going on?" And then he went back into the dressing room. Next day, Athletic reported that Declan Rice and Odegaard blasted the whole team. And that Arteta post-match conference was one of the angriest I've seen him. So I feel assured that, okay, the manager and the rest of the players are resonating with what the fans feel. This is not good enough. That is comforting enough for me.
Definitely, yeah.
You know,
I
you
mean,
know
give
what?
Deckers a break, man. Give
Yeah,
Deckers a
yeah.
break. Like,
But you know
Yeah.
what Declan should have done? Ready Orton's okay. Oh, he should have done that. I tell you, he will send the message. I tell you.
Many I was
Wake up.
telling the guys actually. I think the players do watch this spot, no, because there was after the equalizer, none of them reacted. All of them were just like
They're
stationary
like,
side.
oh shit, before we cannot clip up again. But I think there was a quiet confidence still when you guys were one all, right? I think feel like you guys knew that you guys could still score, but however the goal came lah. So my final question to you, the games are gonna come thick and fast. It's the Christmas period. I think you guys are going to go quite deep in the UCL, and then your injuries are now catching up to you guys.
Oh.
Do you, of course, deep down, you should feel that you think your club will win, but do you see performances like this to be a major cause of concern? Do you think it's a one-off, or based on the number of injuries, are you worried? Because not scoring against Wolves is not something many teams can say they have missed to do so. So, are you worried about this,
Yeah,
especially with Gyökeres not firing at all?
yeah, I'm very worried.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, like I can be very honest with you guys.
Mm.
I'm very worried because one at the back of my mind, City, the way this Turkey and Foden and Haaland are
Yeah.
purring is on a different level. And on the flip side, our attack is regressing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very worrying. But I think I still got to give the boys credit for
Yeah.
they are in this position because they have been the best team in the league since the season started lah. So
Yeah.
for that, I have to give them credit. But it will evaporate very very fast if we don't correct our performances lah. So I. I am still confident, but I'm not the confident when Haikal asked me the question. You know, every time when we drop by, I keep thinking of that clip where he asked me the question when I was overseas. So, mate, do you think you can win the day? And I was like, wow,
At that point of time,
win,
No,
bro.
but again, but the pressure, right, is mad because everyone is now waiting for Arsenal to bottle it, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
pressure is
yeah.
mad, no.
Yeah.
So
and me and Ishrak have been here whereby Man City suddenly are too good, and then you keep looking over
You
your
just can't
shoulders,
catch
and then
them.
they
yeah,
don't drop points at all.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
The pressure and everyone's like, the expectation that everyone's like talking about your club, and then you're like, you as a fan, you're like already feeling it. Like, can you imagine the
Yeah.
players if they can't like sort out their minds,
The mental
right?
aspect of the
it's
game.
like,
So I think it's good that Declan
man,
Rice did what he did. I mentioned it before. I believe that Declan Rice should be the captain of that club.
Capitano.
Right. I feel that's my personal. Even
I think football captains are quite irrelevant actually. Like I
Because-
think as long as you're a leader on the pitch, I think I mean you look at Liverpool as well, right? I think Van Dijk, Alisson, Andy Robertson, these are all leadership figures. So of course, like I think Declan Rice as a person, as he is, right? He's a very outgoing person, and you can see he's always there. So I don't think he really needs the tag. And I actually think Martin
But
Odegaard must be a pretty good captain though.
without,
Like, for them
I
to-
feel like I think we had this conversation. I feel like Odegaard was given the captaincy, and then I don't think anybody want to shake the boat. Now it seems like whenever before the season they ask the players like the
who wants
captain,
to,
right? I
yeah.
don't think they want to. But without like throwing any shade at Arsenal or whatsoever, right? Rice has won something, which was the Conference League at West Ham. I think Odegaard has not done that. I feel Rice, this is my personal take lah. I just feel that Rice, even if you ask me, Saka is the vice captain, is it? The vice captain?
Yep.
So
Saka's the
there's we have like a leadership group lah,
Yeah.
5 of them.
So who's the
Yeah, so
main captain?
So the
Odegaard.
leadership group is in the order is Odegaard, Saka, Declan Rice, Gabriel Magalhaes, and the last one is
Salibs.
I don't know
Oh, it's
who
not
is
Salibs
the
Salib.
don't
last.
look like a captain,
Oh,
right?
it's not Salibs.
No, I'm not. I don't think. No, I think sorry, it's Timber. It's Timber. Timber is the last one in the group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we
So-
will move. Before we move
One
on,
last thing, sorry, bro.
carry on,
I just
carry on.
wanted to add one. I just wanted to say one last thing.
The title
There's one
wrapped up?
article.
Oh, no.
No, the title is not wrapped up. Actually, after the Villa game, I was thinking if we beat Villa and City do not win, the title is really going well, but now it's clearly not. The last thing I want to see is there's one article I read on the Daily Mail that kind of irked me. I went to check on the authenticity and it's actually correct, it's true. 10,000, like thousands and thousands of Arsenal fans actually left after the Wolves goal when it was 1-1. It was quite sad to read as an Arsenal fan. The club, we need the players also need us. How can you? I just find it ridiculous to leave. And a lot of the online fans, there were some who were leaving and said that it's because of the train and the tube. And to
I
get the
don't
tube
get this,
home,
like
that
they
means
like
you are,
to cabut early
yeah,
because of
come on,
the
guys.
train and one. Especially when
You
it's
can
at
just,
1-1, and
yeah,
then
one few more minutes,
right.
and the thing needs you
rabak
just
guys, rabak.
just give
Sometimes
it
right,
to,
I go
yeah.
watch the game at a stadium at Sydney, right? A game, right? I tell you want to go back. Rabak, yeah. I sometimes walk back,
I agree
very
as well.
fast,
I
yeah.
agree as well. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's something that we can't really get too much because for us, like watching our club is like the biggest thing.
Mm,
But
Yeah.
you know, if you're a daily goer, if you're a match day goer, right, and
hassle
that hassle is really a hassle.
But bro,
It is tough. It is tough. But
but
though I
guys,
agree, don't get me wrong, I never believe a
Yeah.
fan should leave. But at the
Yeah.
same time, there's other perspectives, lah.
my question is, would they have left if the score was 1-0 at 90th minute? They wouldn't. They left when Wolves equalized. So it was very result
So they
based, result
felt
based
like they
response.
gave up.
So if we are, it just seemed to me that we as fans are just not ready to win a title, because if you want to win a title, you cannot have. I mean, I might be wrong. For me, it's like, wow, being at the Emirates at that point, I'll give a lean for that, But for everybody, it might be different. But I just felt that we have to do more as fans. We really need
Fair
to
enough,
be
yeah,
there
yeah.
if we
Fair
want to
enough,
win
yeah.
the title. Yeah. So that's the last point.
But these things
I mean,
happen like in big clubs, right? Annoyingly, right? Like you see,
I
like
I
a
would
smaller
think
team
for
sometimes.
Arsenal, right, something like that is like because Arsenal is such a big club. It is the London club, right? So it does attract a bit more tourists, lah. So something like that happening is actually a lot more likely. Not saying, of course, Arsenal is a very inclusive club, very diverse. They have fan bases from everywhere. But just because it is the London club, it's probably gonna just get a more higher number of tourists. Which Maddie binds in with the point that you were talking about as well, of like the smaller clubs, you'll never see a person leave
Yeah,
because that's their club, right?
right.
Like, yeah. So
Maybe because also there's not much tourists at the
Mm.
smaller clubs.
But
I don't know.
rabak guys, lucky I stay near the stadiums, yeah. If not, I tell you sometime I cannot go back, yeah. I can still cycle or walk or whatever, no, I tell
So
you.
this makes
Fast,
sense,
yeah.
lah. So this is why, but like if anything, right? If anything, where Arsenal are now, I felt like the fans should be more
grateful.
encouraging
up
of the
for it.
team, right?
They
Up
need
for
to
it,
be
like
more up for it.
okay, 1-1, never mind. I still got minutes to go. It's still Wolves after all. Like I'm waiting for the goal. And where I mean, if Arsenal is like where maybe West Ham are whatsoever, it makes sense. Okay, maybe you just fed up another draw, but being at the top of the league, you would want to push for the 3 points. So for fans to walk off is quite, but who maybe people got urgent things, or maybe people got stomach ache or whatsoever. I'm not sure. Maybe the stomach ache
10,000
Go for
people
night
having
night
stomach
go
aches.
night
Crazy.
shift or what?
This stomach
Tomorrow
ache is
working.
becoming an endemic. This stomach, we have to investigate more into this stomach ache problem.
Nitin, I think we need
Problem
to
ah, this stomach ache, huh?
Arsenal's next game is against Everton away from home.
Ooh.
So I always get the they should never move from Goodison Park. Ismam, what is
Hill
the
Dickinson.
Hill
Ah,
Dickinson.
I call it Hickory Dock Stadium, whatever. Screw the fellas. Yeah, so Arsenal's next game is at Hill Dickinson
damn.
Stadium.
Very difficult game, bro. Everton
4
is
a.m. It's a 4 a.m. game. Yeah,
lucky I
okay.
ain't gonna watch that shit, bro.
Bro, but this is gonna be a good game. Everton at home, and then Arsenal are going there. So, Mitran, first of all, are you guys going to bounce back with a better performance than this week, or you have nerves about this game? Because
I don't know whether we'll have a better performance. I think we should have, but I think that we have been given a very good advantage. Dewsbury Hall pulled up his hamstring against Chelsea. Ndai and Gui are both away
away.
with Senegal for the AFCON. So
Are you guys losing any players for AFCON?
No, we are not. We don't have any players.
Racism,
Absolute
racist.
Bro, we had
Absolute
Mohamed El Neni.
Investigate.
We had Mohamed El Neni, the Egyptian
God's man.
swallow, before
God's man.
So, what do you think the score's going to be?
I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 away from home. Wow.
3-0 Arsenal for me.
Yeah, that's away from home. Ishrak, what do you have?
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 for Arsenal as well. Pretty much. I mean, okay, I think the term baller gets thrown around a lot, but there's only one, in my opinion, there's only one baller in the Premier League, and it's Kiliman and Jai. Apart from him, right, there is no other quote unquote baller in this league. So if
It's a
Njai
big
is
loss.
not there, I don't believe it. I
What do
don't
you
I don't
mean?
believe anything's gonna
Ahmad
happen.
also baller, what? Oh, no?
But please, but
Come.
please.
Kunia is a ball. Come on, Kunia is a ball.
Ishrak,
Yeah, but
Ishrak,
in
do you
NDI
think?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes,
Ishrak. Do you
please go
think
ahead.
players like Endai and Semenyo, right? If they make the move, that one move above to the big, like Liverpool, City,
Yes.
Chelsea, Arsenal, United, or what?
Hmm.
Do you think they will be able to still maintain this? Because I've seen so many players who just lose, and it's quite sad. You just
Yeah.
use the word baller, but
Yeah.
how many ballers have we been left? Are we left with?
Yeah, no.
And some of the top
Yeah.
clubs have just kind of destroyed that, right? The freedom to play. Like we are paying money to go to the stadium to watch this guy play. Which is the last player from a team that you can say that for?
Sadio
I mean,
Mane. I would
yeah,
think. But I mean, okay, that point, I think so actually I have something about that written down as well. So I actually believe that a lot of players who fit better into like bigger, quote unquote, bigger teams are people which are less usage players. So for example, like Mbuemo, for example, a Mo Salah, for example, like these players, right, who even in like when they're in the lesser clubs, they tend to be less usage players. So when they go in, it's a much smoother transition. Actually, I don't think Semenyo is a big usage player also. So I think that's something that's interesting. So I think these players fit in a lot. I agree to your point lah. We oftentimes we see these players go and they, for example, Jack Grealish, right? I remember like one of the first episodes, I had a back and forth with Maddie about Jack Grealish, right? And I would say that Jack Grealish at Villa, when he was that guy, right, getting that ball every time, every play goes through him, perfect, right? He plays that role so well. However, when you transition, when you're a big usage player, that's why I said, I think one of the first few videos you had when Eze signed, I actually mentioned that point as well. Like, I believe it's gonna be harder. Don't get me wrong. I believe Eze is a very good player, and I think he'll adjust to it. But it's a lot harder, and uh, I think football's changed a lot, right? And I think we all know this. It's more of a manager-centric game than it is a player-centric game now. So that baller, quote unquote baller, it's a lot tougher to go with that. But honestly, anything that gets you a win, man. if that baller is good enough to get you a win, focus on that baller.
Right now, harder for Gyökeres also, now.
He needs to learn to play
He's
ball.
struggling, man. I watched.
I think
I watched the game, right, and I was
Uh-huh.
actually really interested in Gyökeres' performances, like his performance, right. He was really struggling, man, and I mean, of course, from history we know, right, but then I thought like, wow, he could change something, but yeah, man, he's just
Arsenal
really
need to
struggling
start
right
playing
now.
Casapia again, lah. Casapia.
Just play
Rio Avenue,
Just play Marino up there, man. I think Marino is getting the
Rio
goals,
Avenue.
Actually,
man.
brilliant striker.
Bro,
He's such a good striker.
Right?
guys,
Just play Marino up
you
there,
know,
man.
today I was listening to this guy. He's an Arsenal podcaster, Turkish, and then he
Gunner,
was
Lee Gunner.
saying that Gyökeres should basically be our fourth choice forward.
Whoa.
For him, he was saying first will be Marino, then Havertz, then Jesus, and last
So,
Gyökeres.
Jesus ahead of Gyökeres means this going
Yeah, but
really
he
bad
scored,
for you
man.
guys.
He came in and then
Yeah.
he scored, bro. I mean, it's
Yeah,
I think next season you all will cut your loss and
bro,
sell
actually
him.
own goal, bro.
I
Wouldn't
get-
call
no,
it
yeah,
a
lah,
goal.
yeah, lah. I mean,
Wouldn't call it
but he
I
was
get
there
it
to kind
why
of.
Yeah, he was
Gyökeres
there, yeah,
is
yeah,
being
yeah.
played. At the end of the day, there are big money is being spent, much like Liverpool, where we will touch later. It's like signing a Ishrak, although there's a Ekitike who's performing better, but you are so desperate to give these guys the game, let them go and score, hoping they kick on from. So that's why I can completely understand why they continue to play
Yeah.
your Gyökeres
I
up
think you
front.
have to. And
Right.
actually, Mith, I don't know if you'd agree with me. I was never on the train that I never believed Arsenal needed a striker. I believe the SZ signing was a very good signing at the time. I also believe that Arsenal actually probably needed a left winger more than they needed a striker. Because I don't think the way they played previously and even now, I don't think it suits a striker that much. So I actually personally that was my personal belief. But
Yeah, actually, I agree with you, bro. My preference and my first choice was very tough, and I knew they couldn't get it. But actually, it was Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid.
brother, that's
Everybody's first
anyone
choice.
would want to sign
Everyone.
Julian Alvarez. Man.
Yeah, so
Anyone would
I
wanna
actually
sign him.
wanted him, but then, yeah, it is what it is, guys.
So, Haikal, your prediction for Ishrak, do you give your prediction for
Yeah, 2-0 mate.
2-0.
Haikal?
Same,
Yours?
same. I'm gonna go 2-0 as well. I think Arsenal's got this. Everything's gonna suffer this game. 2-0 for me.
I'm going for 1-1. I think it's going to
Okay,
be
guys,
a
before we
1-1.
carry on, I got one question to ask. Why is Mitran and Ishak both holding pens lah?
I don't know lah. What notes
Oh
they?
no,
Set
I'm
piece
holding a red.
coaches.
I'm actually
Set
holding
piece.
a red pen, guys, because why
Marking.
I'm writing about Mikel Arteta and I'm marking him down.
Marking. I get it. Okay.
I'm marking him.
Okay.
And Wolves next game, okay, they're going to
Aiyah,
lose. That much
skip
we
lah.
know, so we can just skip it. They're playing Brentford. Okay, anybody
Skip
thinks Wolves are going to get the first point, first win? Anybody?
I think
Against Brentford.
Oh, you think Wolves
Yeah,
going to get
Wolves
the
gonna get.
first?
Yeah.
All right,
They
lah. So
played
it's
well
It has
against
to
possible.
end, right? It has to end sometime. It has
He
to
has
end
to,
some-
bro. It has to be.
Bro,
Man. Come
that
on.
is what I think when Derby
Derby.
County earned got like max on 9 points or 11 points max.
11, I believe. It was
11, right? 11 points.
Yeah.
Dave believed also that he had to end some. Yeah, he ended in relegation. So that's that for that game. So let's see how Arsenal fare against David Moyes' side at the Hickory Dock Stadium. as I was called.
Hickory Dog.
And next game we're gonna cover so fantastic club. Okay, guys. We are going to go to the Liverpool game. So he is warming up. You guys,
What is he doing?
you guys were watching on YouTube.
Warming up.
Warming up, bro.
Ishrak is
he's doing
actually
Ishak.
doing what basically Ishak does all the time, stretching but never coming on to do anything. Okay, so on the last episode where we had, so that's when we reviewed when Mo Salah dropped his throw me under the bus comments. So we had it was me, Ismam, Nitin, and Calvin was here. I think we were all in agreement that wasn't uh, the right thing to do without criticizing the player. What Ishrak felt very strongly about was Calvin saying that Mo Salah is not a Liverpool legend. So Ishrak, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to talk about. Okay, firstly, whether you
I think we
agree-
should talk about the game first.
Yeah, no, I
before I
want
rattle off, right? I think
because
okay, yeah, but
we
go
will
on.
segue into the game where Salah eventually played.
Mm.
What are your personal thoughts? I wanted to hear from you.
Okay.
What are your personal thoughts on what Salah did after the Leeds game?
Oh,
And
okay. My stance is, I think it's pretty simple. Whatever he has done is absolutely unnecessary. Did
Mhm,
not have to go and do that. Brother lost his whole mind.
mhm,
Held bench for like 3 games, 1 week. Absolutely lost his mind. I don't think it was a very mature thing to do. I don't think it was the right thing to do,
mhm.
and I don't believe that any player should do that. That's
Yeah,
my
correct.
personal opinion on that matter.
On that matter,
Yeah.
yes,
My
yeah,
my problem with all of it, right, is the absolute dismantling of what Mo Salah is, right?
mhm,
So, Maddie, I'm aware that you said, of course, in the pod itself that of course he's the best player, or second best player after Steven Gerrard,
mhm.
probably that we have watched, right, for our club, and that's true. He is. He's also the man who single-handedly won us a title last season.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
also the person where I believe that if you take him out of last season, I don't think we were a top 10 team.
Mhm.
I believe Mo Salah has changed my fucking life, brother. This man, in the last 8 years, as a Muslim man, the number
Mhm.
of times I've been to Liverpool,
Anfield.
what this man means to me, every game I go, I sit in the cop and it's the happiest I ever am. Mo Salah makes me feel safe. As Jurgen Klopp made me feel safe, Mo Salah makes me
There
feel
was
safe.
also the stat whereby hate crimes against Muslims
Yep,
in
correct.
Liverpool went down
In
after Salah joined or something, right?
Brother, the song as it goes, right? If he's good enough for me, he's good enough for you. Scores another few, and I'll be Muslim too. That's what Mo Salah is to me as a person, right?
Mhm.
That being said, there's only 3 players who I think in the last, of me watching this club, 20 odd years, have actively wanted to stay in this club. Even Steven Gerrard tried to leave.
Yeah, correct. Definitely.
Right? Yeah. And Mo Salah is one of them. Last season when he came out and he actively kept telling everyone, I want to
The
be at this club.
contract. Yeah.
I want to be at this club. Right. And so I think mentioning the mere fact of, he came out to the media last year as well, I think it doesn't stand because he was coming up. Because I have never seen someone who wants to be at Liverpool more than this person. This person loves Liverpool. Yes, does Mo have a bit of an ego issue? I think every good player in the world has a bit of an ego issue, right? I think Mo truly believes he is the best player in the world. And for long, I think there were like 2 stretches in my life where last season being another one, the other was in the 21-22 season, where the first 6 months of Mo Salah was the best I've ever seen any player. At the very least in a Liverpool shirt. Like, this is where he was the best player in the world. He believes that. He strongly believes that. The point I had with Calvin, I believe that's
Leeds
the
United
Leeds,
supporters currently in
where
Bangkok.
I would never again with the trend thing as well. Like, I don't need a non-Liverpool fan to tell me how I feel about my
player.
legend. I don't need you to tell me what this scenario is. I don't need you to come tell me he's not a legend, because trust me, brother, Mo Salah is. And I think that last walk around of Anfield that he had,
Sure.
where everyone's singing his name, where I was in the crowd the day Mo Salah signed that contract last year.
Oh,
Right, when
solid, man.
I think Virgil van Dijk scored the winner, whatever it was, on that game. And I have never it was like a siren when Mo Salah came on. It's like he gets the ball and you hear the cheers, you hear the love for this person. This will never die. His legacy will not go.
Yeah,
There
correct.
is nothing that will end this, at least for me personally. There will be nothing that taints this relationship that I have with this person. Right? So I am never going to let someone like even try to diminish what this person is, his achievements, him. I think over the last 8 years or so, right, this man has turned. I mean, along with Jurgen Klopp, along with Virgil van Dijk, along with every other player who's there, Andy Robertson. These people have turned my life around, brother. And I am never going to hear a word against Mo Salah. And as much as, of course, don't get me wrong, I fully understand the criticism on playing, definitely. Sure. Right now, maybe he deserves to be on the bench, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But on the person itself, on what he has as a legacy, never a word.
Can I just chime? Sorry, Mehdi, can I just chime in?
Yeah.
Just want to ask you then. I don't doubt Mo Salah's legacy at Liverpool. I also I know what he has done. He has done for Liverpool, and he's still doing. But I want to ask you, Ishrak, like if you feel so strongly about that, then for what he did, do you think he should be then punished because of what he did? Because I mean, no player is bigger than the club still. But I don't know. Do you think he should be punished for what he did? Because it was really I felt it was really childish of
So
him to
the
do that.
punishment that was given was the completely left out of the Inter Milan game. I believe so.
Yeah.
So Ishrak, do you think there should have been more punishment for Mo Salah?
I actually think how Slot. Okay, I don't think Slot has gotten much credit this season, rightfully so. But I think the way he dealt with the issue, I think the way the senior players dealt with the issue, I think that was the best thing that I could have wanted.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see Mo Salah go like this. And nor do I think what he did was right. Right? So I think the way he dealt with it, handshake, get back to it. Right? I think it shows a certain level of maturity. And I don't think it shows weakness. I think it shows maturity.
So
So
all that for all that has happened, so Mo Salah did this lap around Anfield at the end of the game, which we will touch shortly. Do you believe that Mo Salah will be in the club at once AFCON ends, or do you believe the January window, or is it like a goodbye? Because he seemed quite emotional when he was clapping.
I think he
applauding the
doesn't
team.
know. But my answer would be inshallah, it's not, brother. Like, let's if it's the last 6 months, may it be the best 6 months. Right? I want him to stay. And I think he will stay. I don't think Slot is an idiot. I don't think you're letting go of Mo Salah in a crisis of a season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you can see things aren't going well either. We don't have much depth. We
Yeah,
don't have a right winger.
yeah.
Like we need Mo. When Mo came on,
The game changed, right?
yeah, the
Like,
game. Okay. So I think Mo Salah is at his best is when he has clarity of mind.
mm-hmm.
So when he has clarity of mind, right, is when he doesn't keep rushing for shots.
Mm-hmm.
Right, when he's not performing well is when he just keeps shooting. He needs a goal. In his mind, he needs a goal or an assist, something to get him going.
Mm-hmm.
And when he has a clarity of mind, which I felt like the second he entered today, he was very clear. That first ball he gave to McAllister, he's not going to shoot straight to McAllister. I think the next opportunity he got another pass in. When he has the clarity of mind, this person, I would say this, I'm not comparing him to Messi.
Mm-hmm.
Neither am I comparing him to Ronaldo. But there's two things that Mo is. Mo has a brain like a FIFA brain. I've always said this. My friend and I have said this. So, in FIFA, you'll do things that a normal player probably wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Just
And Mo always makes that. In a way, it's like he has like an XG calculator in his head. He knows what is like the best chance for me to get a goal. So be it a goal or an assist, which is why he gets so many of them.
mm-hmm.
Right. And he has this relentless nature about him, which is very Ronaldo-like, where it doesn't matter. I missed that chance. It doesn't matter.
I
It
think that
doesn't
was
matter. I'm
something
going to
that
the
he
game.
said Arsene Wenger taught him.
Yep.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
Is it like,
Where you can be in and out of a game. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you know that you can decide that game. And
Where
he
he meet
has that
Wenger
in
lah?
abundance.
Huh?
So,
Where did that?
brother, they link up, man. You don't know the link ups.
they link up lah, bro. Somewhere in France or whatsoever. But here is what. So Liverpool won this game against why am I forgetting?
Brighton,
Brighton
mate.
2-0, right?
Yeah.
So here is why I was critical about Salah and then him being dropped. Okay, Mo Salah's legacy to me in Liverpool is not going to be tarnished in any way, regardless of how this season turns out, especially if it's the last. We have seen Steven Gerrard slip and cost us the title, and many years later, when we are talking about Steven Gerrard, right, we still hold him in high regards and one of the best players. Why I've been critical of Mo Salah this season is everything you saw in this game was everything he was not doing in the first few games. If
I
you
agree.
realize after being benched and all that, right, this game he kept passing. There were chances whereby I was looking at it, it's like, dude, he would have shot these things. Of course, towards the end of the game, I think he got a bit desperate. He wanted to score, and that's fair because the game's been done and dusted. So that's where my criticism of Mo comes in for this season. But I think what he also needs to feel like, I don't know if he feels deep down that his legacy will be tarnished if this season he doesn't score X number of goals. For Liverpool fans, no matter how this ends, Salah is going to be a legend. At the end of the day, if this is indeed Salah's last season, we will give him the biggest send off. But maybe he is pressured to keep delivering the goals. I think what I believe, this is my personal take, is I would prefer to see a more mature Salah this season, whereby he helps the team more than going for records. Of course, he did break the record for most
Goals and
involved
assists last
goals
season.
and assists, right? So this season he just overtook Rooney or something. Is on the
278.
yeah,
Let's
correct.
go.
So thank God he played. You just imagine Salah did not play this game and then he left in the January window. He would not have. He would not have broke the record. So
But
for
I
me,
think
yeah.
Ishrak. Sorry. I'm just gonna cut you there before you
Carry on,
finish up. I think Ishrak said it right though. Like because being a top player, he has that ego. I think a lot of player has the ego, and I think definitely is he's thinking of that as well. Like, I think he wants to do as much as he can for the club that he loves and wants to be at. So I think definitely that ego plays a part where he needs to score.
But he got benched for a week and he lost his mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Sorry.
actually, grow up a bit, brother. Like I can see myself. Just grow up.
Actually,
a bit.
bro. Sorry, bro. I
Yeah,
wanted
bro,
to
go ahead.
just
Yes,
add in one point.
Yeah.
I think you all know lah. I was very passionate about this particular Salah thing because I felt the manner in which he did it was not right. Let's get it out
for
right.
sure. Yeah.
But I wanted to actually go through whatever words he put out because I strongly believe that it's not just that 3 games that he got. Yes, it could be one of the factors, but I don't think that was the main factor, because when I went to look through what he actually said, he said that the club had thrown me under the bus. I don't think 3 games of being a substitute is the club throwing you under the bus. If Mo Salah was implying that, then that is absurd. But I don't think you're implying that. He also said that he felt that he was a scapegoat and he's being held responsible for the poor run of results. And I just personally I love Mo Salah. I think he has done so much for the Premier League. I am someone who idolizes Thierry Henry, and Mo Salah has to be spoken in the same breath as Thierry Henry, in my opinion. And as an Arsenal fan, I feel that they sit on the same table. All right, they sit on the same table. So I just felt that, like, what did he do that I still don't know, but I think it's much deeper. It involves the management. It involves it involves the possibly the higher
Agent and all
hierarchy.
that, yeah.
Yeah, it is much deeper, because come on, guys, don't that move to go to the press, and especially the Norwegian press.
This brother was going to anybody with a microphone was gonna hear it.
Ishrak came on the Ishrak came on the WhatsApp.
He was doing the doku.
But I feel that it was pre-planned. Like, he already knew he was going to go to the press. I don't think it was one done out of emotion and everything. So I was just very upset with what Jamie Carragher had to say on Monday Night Football
brother,
in regards
trust
to
me,
Mo
man.
Salah.
So was I, man.
He actually dragged him through the mud, talking about
No
Egypt
reason.
and AFCON. It was very low. And for me, I feel that yes, what he did was wrong, but he has done so much for your club.
But bro,
He
when
has done
you
so.
mentioned Henry, right? Henry
Yeah.
said the same thing that he said he's been upset with Wenger, he's been upset with Pep, but he said that that's not the way to conduct yourself. Like, you don't go out, especially where we are in this point of the season, right? It fell short, way below our expectation, or anybody that felt that, you know, we made the signings. Fair enough, even if we don't meet expectations. I think I can completely agree that Salah has been treated differently as to, like, Gakpo, right? If anybody should be dropped, should be Gakpo. But the thing is, maybe people's expectation of Mo is much more than like a Gakpo. Like, if a Gakpo is S, then Gakpo is S, right? But Salah is the guy, maybe people still continue to, of course, in a transition team, he might not be so good and all that, and he might have his difficulty, but maybe people feel that you are the guy we should turn to, you know, like. So I think maybe that's where, and especially, okay, if you look properly what has been going on, right? I'm not saying that Chiesa is a better player or anything, but
Deserves
Chiesa
to start, man.
deserves to start. And where is his main position is where Salah plays. So if Salah is having a bad season, and Chiesa, and if anybody should feel they've been thrown under the bus, is Chiesa. For every
Saving
time that,
Slot's job.
But Chiesa also can play on the left. So
yeah, but
I
the
don't
more
understand that part why
effective,
he's not
the more
starting.
effective
Of
thing,
course,
right?
but
Yeah, but yeah.
it's
So
just weird.
okay, but yeah.
Okay, just a final point on Mo, since we're at it, right?
Yeah.
I would think Mo Salah has always fallen victim to, I wouldn't say it's quote unquote, it's not racism, but there has always been that Mo Salah has been the best right winger for the last 8 years, bar maybe last year for Lamine Yamal, right? And for the 8 years of his life, it feels like he has never really gotten the credit he deserves. And I think most people can admit to that, right? It's because he's not pretty on the eye. It's because he doesn't have that swagger about him or whatever it is, right? I think there's a part of Mo that has that insecurity. And I think that comes out when something like this happens, right? So again, I'm not defending the man, but I think as about what he did, right? What Mitran said, he definitely planned to say it, right? So he probably had a script in mind. So that's why first interviewer, later you forget the script, how. But that being said, I think we can look at it in different perspectives. I think how Liverpool have dealt with it is actually been probably the most mature way I've seen it dealt with in any club until this point. Whereas like in other clubs, I felt like it swings either way. Whereas I think Liverpool have kind of gone through a halfway
Lucky he played
Lives.
because I was afraid if he didn't play another game and he didn't go to AFCON, then there'll be the free Mo Salah t-shirts going on, like the free Kopi Mino.
Bro,
So
a totally different situation, bro.
enough of this Mo Salah. We are glad it got sorted out. I think at the end of the day, it felt like it was missing a goal from this Liverpool victory was quite straightforward. Although Brighton did have some chances, but I thought it was quite a relatively comfortable win. But I think it was like the stars aligning. Joe Gomez got injured, turned to the bench. Who do
Mo
you have
Salah.
left? Mo
Yeah.
Salah, and then he came on. I thought he had his best game of the season, and it's coming right after all the drama. So I hope that when he comes from AFCON, there'll be some clarity. Okay, here's another point. As much as we all hate Jamie Carragher, his mom wants to spit at him and all that, but Carragher said last week he said something, but this week whatever he said is something that I will agree on how this Mo Salah situation should end. Where he said he's making a plea to Mo Salah and the agent. Where will Salah be going if he is leaving now? Saudi.
He's not going anywhere, mate.
Just
staying.
say he's giving this hypothetical situation. If Salah is leaving, he's going to Saudi. Why not stay? Okay, Liverpool's having. I'm sure Liverpool are not going to win the league, but we've seen Liverpool struggle in the league and go to Champions League finals. So with that possibility, Salah should stay. And then at the end of the season, what's the worst can happen? Not win anything, but the fans, you deserve the fans sending you off in a proper manner for the legend that you've been at our
100%.
club. So I hope Salah stays. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I think we're more of a European team this season as well. It feels like it. Feels like we're much more settled in
bro,
Europe.
I don't know lah, bro. After we kena rembat by PSV, I don't even know if we are European.
No, I think no. I would think that that one was it was a one-off, but the rest of the games in Europe has been
quite decent.
has been pretty.
I wanted
decent,
to touch something on the Liverpool game versus Brighton. I just had this thought because I was watching the Arsenal game as well. Because I was really interested in Ishrak for Liverpool. You know,
Yeah.
for Arsenal it was
We are
Gyökeres
losing interest in Ishrak already, bro.
for Ishrak.
Brother,
So no,
please,
but
brother,
here
please.
but here I'm thinking, right? Like personally, this is personally for me, right? I just feel it's funny, right? Like for me, I think Ishak should be ashamed of his performance. Because it's weird because you know why AKTK came from a different league, right? And he is mad right now at the moment. I feel he is doing so good. Ishak has been in the Prem and performing like that, and then I don't know. It's just
Slot give you the answer. There's no Jacob Murphy for our team.
yeah,
We need,
Thanks.
we need the
facts.
Jacob
No, but
Murphy.
I'm not trying. This was
Liverpool
just
are going
me
to buy
being.
me January.
This was just how I felt. I felt like, damn, these players, they really taking things for granted. Like how, like why? It was just horrible. I mean, watching Isa, it was just I
I'm
felt
going
like,
to take
damn, it
your
was just horrible.
question and then chuck it to Ishrak with my point being, I felt that we didn't need Ishak. Ishak was just Newcastle. You think
Luxury
you
buy.
are a bigger club than us? You think that we cannot take your player? We're gonna take your player in front of you after signing the guy that you guys thought you guys were gonna get. So we signed Ekitike and then we signed. I believe we need a striker like Isak, but not in the rush manner because
Not Ishak. We need a striker like Ishak, but not him.
like someone okay, if you tell me Alvarez, I'll take Alvarez over Isak any day.
But
Like someone can,
I mean,
right?
Julian Alvarez is that guy, lah.
So,
Is that
but
guy.
if you tell me if I have a chance to sign Isak next season, I would wait for next season. Like I always told you guys, right? I would go and sign a Mateta for cheaper rather
I
than
love Jean Philippe. I love Jean Philippe.
the
I love
Isak
Jean-Philippe.
signing. So Ishrak, do you think we should have signed Isak this season?
Oh, brother, not gonna lie, when we signed him, I was ready to hit one of those. Like, I was
Bro,
there. I was there. I'm not gonna lie.
I've hit the celebration more times. Ismam has hit the celebration. We have yet to see the celebration by
The
the
brother himself
player.
hasn't hit it, lah.
I
We've
think
been hitting it without him.
What
But,
celebration?
the this
Isak celebration, brother.
Oh, the one Mehdi always sends in the group.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you guys have seen me do it so many times. I've not seen Isak.
Yeah.
So do you think we should
Yeah.
assign him?
I think if we did sign him, we need to. Okay, again, this is gonna. Don't get me wrong. Been absolutely ass. Like this brother has been atrocious. There has been nothing save that. This brother's still doing preseason. It's December. When
Yeah,
December, this
same,
brother's still using preseason excuses. Okay. But whatever the case, I thought we were changing how we were gonna play. And if you get an Ishrak, right, you really have to cater to this man. I think what Schlott said, right, as funny as it is, right, it's true lah. We don't have a Jacob Ramsey. Sorry, not Jacob Murphy. My bad, not Jacob Ramsey. We don't have a Jacob Murphy. Which that being said, right, brother, you have not shown us anything that you need for Jacob Murphy
Exactly.
for.
right.
Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that
He
being
looks
said,
sluggish. He looks slow.
yeah. No, why is this brother moving so slow? Why, brother? Why are you moving so slow? And okay, that aside, right? I don't know what's up with him, right? It's a 6-year contract, right? This year doesn't look like it's gonna improve.
Yeah.
Hugo, okay. So I think like I want to jump over to the game because I think the game, I think it's something I probably want to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
Right? You know, we talk about these hot topics, but okay. So actually, I think Brighton was pretty good. To be fair, I think they had quite a few clear chances.
Yeah.
But you know, Mitran loves using this term like XG catches up, right? So I actually think XG caught up for Liverpool because I think the last few times they probably didn't deserve to concede and conceded, and this time around it goes the other way lah.
Yeah.
As I completely agree it does. Okay, Ekatike of course had a brilliant game.
Amazing.
I have one point about him.
Damn.
I don't know if y'all agree. I think he takes a bit too long on the ball. I think he loves having the ball. I think he loves
Ekateki, bro. That's his nickname, man.
as much as is that, right, I do love
bro.
I love a player who moves the ball faster.
But he finishes though. Like I feel like even though he takes longer on the ball, there's an outcome.
Guys,
don't get me wrong.
You know?
I don't think it's my problem is not in the final third.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think I think it's more of like because he's so involved in build up, right? Because of the type of striker he is, right? I would really think him, Verts as well, but I think Ekitike a bit more. They hold on to the ball a bit too long. You can see it's a neat thing, lah, right?
Okay.
They're adapting to it. Verts, I think he's looking good, but I think he's lacking conviction. You know, when that ball comes and you just have to like hit.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he doesn't do that. He's trying to caress it. He's trying to do this, but I would say that his last few games you can see, starting from the Madrid game on, right? I think most of the games you can see that he's kind of getting used to the physicality a lot more. It's something that he's moving better with the ball. Understand Mitchell is a bit of a words hater from what my brother has told me. But that being said, of course, like, you know, you can have your own opinions on it. You know, 100 million odd player may not. I'm not here to watch pretty touches and what is blah blah blah. I'm sure you have many arguments for it. I do think he's a good player. I do think he will come good.
Why, bro? Why do you think he's a good player?
Why do I think he's a good player? I think his general play is very good. I think he links up very well, even with the new teammates. I think initially he had an issue. I feel like, okay, a point about why I think we played well as well.
He took out his
pen
pen.
is
okay,
out. The pen is out. The pen is out. I gotta sit down straight
Okay,
now.
I think Gakpo, right? I think he's
the pen derby.
I think
It's
he's
the pen
over.
derby.
I think Gakpo is overhated. That's one thing, right? Because this man does what Slot wants him to do, which is why he keeps playing.
Bro,
This brother will always he will always do the same move, right? He's always gonna cut in, he's gonna hit the defender, one of them might sneak in, right? He's always doing the same thing. But without Gakpo in the game, right, I felt like we played a lot smoother. And if you realize in the Madrid game as well, when Gakpo wasn't playing, our play was very smooth. And it was basically this front three lining up of Verts, Ekatike, and Salah. And I think we played very smoothly that game as well. It was a very good game against Madrid. So with Gakpo, right, it's just a bit less static, right? And I hope Slot puts this in, takes note of this and not just places Gakpo straight back in. Again, I do think Gakpo is quite overhated lah.
I'm
I
one
don't
of
think
the
he's
guys
great lah.
that
Yeah,
giving,
I don't think
giving
he's great.
Overrated.
Yeah,
Overrated. Is it?
hated.
Hated.
Gakpo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Oh.
people criticize him a lot.
Me,
Like I
me.
think this brother, yeah. don't worry, buddy. I'm aware.
Bro, you see, okay, the thing about this Gakpo, right? I'll just go into a quick point. Kirkes at his best game when Gakpo is not around.
Yep.
This shit is
Yep, because he doesn't
affecting
use the left
Kirkes.
back. He doesn't
So
use
if
the left back.
we are going to spend like 40 million, like, okay, like I said, even I will understand having to try to play words because you spend the money, right? Kirkes is supposed to be the guy that is the one that is supposed to take over, like Robertson 2.0.
The
and
surefire.
He's
He's a
been
good-
so bad. And then we realize when we take Gakpo out, whom I always say he doesn't press, he's not good at pressing, and then he's like a two-trick pony. turns here and then he shoots, or he turns here and gives this looped cross that I don't know, for the number of years I've been watching Gakpo, I don't believe one time that cross has been successful. So that is why I don't like,
Oh, so
I don't hate him, but I
I
don't
think
believe he should
Gakpo
start.
shouldn't. I
So
don't
so
think Gakpo should be our. Okay, you know how there's like players who make things happen, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we should ever rely on Gakpo to be the player who makes things happen. But what Gakpo did well last season is he's at the end of it. So Mo gives a ball and he just happens to be at the end of it. And he actually, if you notice, right, he just somehow happens to be at the right place a lot.
Yeah,
So
that,
which means that that's one thing he knows how to do, right? But we do not want him to be the one giving the ball. We do not want him to cut in and take that shot. But if I would need someone to tap it in, if I need someone to apply that final touch in, I think Gakpo's that's his useful, like that
so
bit where he's
when
useful.
Mo is now not giving out the assists as much as he's doing last season, all the more Gakpo's weaknesses are being like
Yep.
highlighted,
100%.
because now
100%.
nobody is putting the ball in for him to tap in.
Correct.
So that is why I
Yep.
feel like he should be dropped, man.
Oh yeah, no, don't, brother. Full agreement. Full agreement. But okay, back to the game where I thought Curtis was great. I actually think Curtis Jones is very good when the tempo of the game is slow. So what Liverpool are trying to do now, and I think what Slot prefers, right, is a slower tempo. And I think in games like this, I think it suits someone like Curtis Jones a lot more, where he doesn't have to be as physical, because I don't think physicality is his strongest suit.
Yeah.
I think on the ball he's very good. I think sometimes he's a bit too much with it, but
Remember
I
he
think
did
that's
the Cruyff turn like 3-4 times inside his
this
own
brother
penalty.
loves a Cruyff turn lah, and he loves an elastico as well.
dia
But
tengah Shifa
that
lah.
being said, I think what Curtis has, right, is he is that scouser in your team. When things are going bad, right, that is the person you want to rely on.
Yeah.
And okay, Maddie, I know you hate Ibu. I think Ibu had a good game. But I think Ibu has the reason why I thought Ibu was good, as okay lah, I know generally he has been as this season lah, right? But I think Ibu was good when Gomez was on, especially because it allowed him to go in and press.
Yeah.
So where he was allowed to follow the striker, he has another centre back covering him. In that right back, when it's covering him, I think he's a lot more confident and he can put in the tackles. And I think Ibu is at his best when he's the aggressive centre back, when he's the one coming in, right? So I thought he had a good game.
I'm not going
But
to fall
as
for
with
it, lah,
Ibu
bro.
is
He will be good this game, and
yeah.
then you'll be as another 5-10 game. So, not
I hope not lah,
inconsistent.
because I really love Ibu lah. As a person, he's so cute lah. He's like a very nice guy.
He's
Bro,
gonna
we
go to
have to look
Madrid
beyond
and he's gonna be
whether-
one of the best centre back in
Okay.
the world.
You know why I hate, like, no, not why I dislike this Konate thing, right? When we signed him, right, and that means Van Dijk was about maybe 5
Was he
years
from
younger. I think maybe
Leipzig? Is it? Was he from
yeah,
Leipzig?
from
or-
Leipzig.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's from Leipzig.
So I expected him to learn and then be the guy that stabilizes things down the road. Now that Van Dijk is been poor and then Konate is not helping him out, it makes shit look so bad. Like I feel that he should have helped, but I'm not sure. I'm not convinced by Ibu. Even Leone
I
comes
think
back, right? I would rather just chuck in Leone and
I think Ibu has never like been that kind of defender. Whereas Verge is a very calm person. Ibu has always been the aggressor.
Sako 2.0. My point about he is
Uh,
Sako 2.0. Bro, just
think
watch.
okay lah,
We
like-
will concede the next time we concede will be because of him.
Oh no, I don't get me wrong lah. It's but okay. That being said, you usually do concede because of the aggressive centre back, right?
Yeah, true lah.
Any season, okay. You talked about Verge. I will also defend Verge to my life. Anytime Verge has a bad season, which has been 2 seasons, right? So I would, if you consider this season bad, the other season being when we were 5th, I believe, right? The midfield in front of him doesn't support him enough. This season, I believe over the last 4-5 games, Slot has been packing the midfield, where you are seeing a lot more midfielders in protecting him a lot more, right? And when he has that level of protection, he tends to be a lot better. And I think every season where he has been good, he has had that level of protection. So of course, okay, like age catches up, right? Don't get me wrong, I don't disagree at all. But at the same time, he is, I would still say, in that first 5 to 6 games of this season, he was immense, brother. He was absolutely immense. And I think that that drop off was also due to McAllister not being able to move his legs anymore. Like for like an extended period of time. I still believe he has not recovered yet, McAllister. But I think it matters lah. When the whole unit, I think Liverpool is one of those teams when it's not working out. It really is not working out. We have gone like 2-3 times on these kind of runs where these 7-8 game losses. Under clock, it happened twice. It's happened again. Where if one thing doesn't work out, right? And you can see how like there's this whole effect, or not just one thing, like multiple things don't work out at the same time, right? And that's why I think that's why I try to avoid being too harsh on individuals, because I believe it's usually not really like okay,
But-
I replace this player, everything's gonna change.
Hey, can I just cut you in
Yeah,
there a
go
bit,
ahead, sorry.
Ishrak? But Verge got to stop this aura defending, man. I think that
Okay.
I rate him. I rate him as a good defender as well. But these memes, right, are not doing him any good, bro. If you watch basketball, right, when someone gets an ankle breaker, that meme is used for many years, and it's going to be used on Verge, you know. And as a legend, if you get used, bro, what some of the best goats in any sports, right, don't have any memes, bro. You know, and
LeBron James a lot of memes, bro. And people
LeBron James
consider
is
him
LeBron is the GOAT, and he got a lot of memes.
LeBron is not my good though. But
yeah,
anyway,
LeBron is not my good, but he's
LeBron is not
good, I
my
think.
good.
LeBron is my goal. Okay.
But
Very
the thing
sweet.
is that what I'm trying to say is like it you know, defending that way is gonna cost you, and players are gonna take that chance. And I'm talking about specifically that certain that few
Caicedo
games.
one, right?
Yeah, not only Caicedo, but that where he, instead of closing down the player, he's actually just keep on giving space to the player and to the striker, and that is meant to be doing that in the
He's
game
been
nowadays.
very error prone. Okay, like here, me, like you, Ishrak, I believe these guys are legends and will always be legends of our club. But I feel that uh, like even Verge, I love Verge as a centre back. To me, he will always be the greatest of this era. But I have to say that they are making when they are not for Liverpool, right? The only reason I believe that Verge should keep his place, right, is because we do not have defensive options at all. Of course, I would like to drop Konate first, but
Then
Verge this season, a lot of our goals this season, if you look at, of course, the team has not helped to close up whatsoever, right? But then that's where the last line of defense comes. That is your centre back, and Verge has been, I feel that, part of the cause that he's either closing down too late or he's in the wrong
not
place.
at all. Also,
Even one of the games, remember, I against the City game where we lost 3-0, I said that him and Robertson changed position at the wrong timing.
I
Right?
agree. I knew the second it was happening.
At that point of time, it was like consecutive games whereby you can look at the goal considered, and Virgil has been part of the mistake. And even the Sunderland game, right, when we drew 1-1, I think he was too. I feel that at this point, I'm totally fine with the fact that I'm not going to slander him and whatsoever as a person. But
we're not trying to
when the
slander him as well,
performances are not good, it's not good. And Verge has been, of course, we are not going to say that he should not be making mistakes, but it's catching up. He's catching up.
I'm not doubting his legendary status for Liverpool. You know, I'm just saying, like, you know,
y'all gotta chill with that. Don't worry.
No. Yeah. But like he has to stop, like, being someone who is a veteran. He's technically a veteran of the game. Making those mistakes, I feel like, damn, he shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. I mean, he didn't get away with it because you guys conceded and the striker scored against him or whatever. So that's just how I feel.
Actually, sorry, I just wanted to say something. Actually, I second whatever that the three of y'all have been saying, like, especially Mehdi and Ishrak. I think the defense is where it's a bit of a problem for Liverpool per se, generally. I still remember the day y'all beat us at Anfield. The night, I think, Onstein and Fabrizio broke the news that y'all were getting Ishak. My heart actually sunk. I thought the title is done. There's no way we're going to be in this conversation. They are two star-studded. But there's one person in my group, shout out Aslama. He basically told me, actually, bro, the player who we should be praying that they don't get is Mark Guehi, not Alexander Isak. Can't believe it, but till today we still talk about it because Mark Guehi is probably the best or the top 3 highest performing defenders in the league. I strongly believe that if that move materialized, the the tactical
Them.
flexibility that it will give Arne Slot to work with, and also help Birch and
Yeah.
Ibu will
Yeah.
be much more. It also allows Kerkes and Frimpong to come back and play as your fullbacks in case he wants to go to a 3 like how he plays for Palace.
I think it will give
So a lot of ways to
Verge also some, like we spoke about load management, right? I think it would
Yeah.
have given Van Dijk some
Yes.
time to go onto the bench where we feel like we can take him out. Now we can't take him out. He's getting older. Let's face it, time catches up with everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, right? Yeah, so now he's
Yeah.
in this position where he has to play every game. I just think like your friend. So shout out to Aslam. Like I also told like Ismam and Haikal before, the money should have been bought. Like I said, Mateta, Gehi, go and get this guy and take, or go and buy Isak, because you would have spent about 150 million, correct? If you have
Yeah,
gave
for these
gave
players.
Palace like 50 million or 45 million, I get it is a year of the contract left. I feel that we needed that, but maybe Liverpool just didn't expect Ekitike to become the player that he is now. I believe that when they signed him, of course they knew he was a good player. I didn't think that they felt that
He would take the
if
reins.
I had a chance to buy Isak, right, I think they would have felt like, okay, well, Ekitike catch on him and let me get a more proven guy. That's what I feel. But you
Okay.
are right. I mean, yeah, I
Can
feel
I?
about
Okay. I will talk about. Okay, since y'all talk about Verge first,
yeah,
right? And like his quote unquote aura defending, right? So I think the first thing I would say about Verge is at his best, at his worst, right? This is how he does it.
yeah,
Right.
correct.
He's a okay. So he's a percentages defender. He will always be a percentages defender. I don't know if y'all recall this one where Sissoko, right? He's running
Yeah,
across,
against yeah,
right? Yeah, Spurs. He lets it go. He essentially lets this person come at him. It's because most of the time he so I've watched keepers analyze this, right? Where they say they would much rather want that clear view, right? So
mm,
what they want the center back to do is you cover one angle,
mm,
right? So you cover the, let's say, left side of the goal, right?
yeah,
And you leave the right side to me. So
yeah.
essentially it is what and how Verge does it. At his best he does it, at his worst he does it. When it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's worse. It's how it's how it works. Right? So that's my answer to that. Right?
The reason
Whether
I
he
feel
should be
is worse,
closing
right?
down.
People
Yeah.
always learn what you are doing along the way. Mo Salah
Yeah.
at
No,
his season 1 or season 2, maybe. Of course, he kept consistently getting goals, right? But season 1, season 2, you could see that okay, he was almost unstoppable. He could just dribble everybody. But people learn. Same thing for Sadio Mane. Year 1, he just cuts in and scores cut. But later on, people figure out it's the same with Verge. I feel like people just
I
realize that okay, this is how you defend. This is your
I
way.
think okay, so
That's what I
my
feel.
opinion on that is right. The last time this happened, and people the exact same things were said about Verge, right? The next 2 seasons he came roaring back.
Mm,
Like so 22-23 season, the next 2 seasons, same thing. He's doing it again.
mm,
He's doing the same thing. Once it works out well, it works out well. Lah.
mm.
So that one, that's why I will when I mean I won't count out Verge, I'm not saying because of his like or because he's a
Yeah,
legend
yeah.
of the club and whatnot. I do believe that when things start clicking, right, into gear, that's why
Mm,
I don't think Verge, okay, should he be closing down things better? I've always felt to an extent yes lah.
mm.
But right, if this is something that you and your keeper have that what's that called? Actually you think that most of the games when we were losing, Mohamed Ashfili was behind him, right?
Yeah, correct.
It wasn't Allison.
Yeah.
I think Allison and him have a very
Yeah.
what's that called? Very clear idea of how they want to do it, right? Okay. Next, we talk about Gehi, right?
Mm,
So I agree. Mark Gehi is a very good defender, but if you're doing a like for like comparison, right? Gehi
mm,
doesn't actually match up to how Liverpool have played or do play currently.
mm,
So how Liverpool have always played is they want the opponent to give their long ball,
mm.
right? And then we win about 80 to 90% of our aerial duels. I think that's Van Dijk's truly number one ever, best ever trait. Like he's the best ever at it, is winning headers. I've never seen anyone do it better than Virgil van Dijk. Right? That is what he is the best at. Ibu is not too far behind. So I went to check like last year's statistics and stuff lah. So Ibu's at probably about 80+%.
Mm,
Mark Gehi's at about 45-50%.
mm.
So the way they play is a bit different, which is why I don't when they were pursuing Gehi, I think that's what they may have looked at in terms of pursuing. Would I think Gehi would have improved Liverpool a lot this season? Definitely. A lot of Ibu's individual mistakes probably Gehi wouldn't have done. But also, Gehi is more of a verge type defender who is a bit more passive, whereas Ibu is the aggressor. So if you want a replacement, right, you probably want to try to get a more of an aggressive centre back. That's my mentality towards it, lah. Like in terms of recruitment. But of course, like I completely take into the factor, like it would have made a big difference, lah. It would have made a big difference. But when we were about to sign Gehi, my group chat popping off, we saying we're going for 3 in a row.
I think that would have made a
yeah.
difference. I believe that maybe we couldn't. There of course there are other situations that happen at the club that's beyond our control. So it might still be, but what has been a real bad weakness is our defense this season.
It is, lah.
Right. So
I think there has been nothing in front to shield enough also.
yeah.
And our fullbacks, with Charlie Kirkes has to do better than he's doing, brother. This is not as much as I also think he's been getting a lot of criticism, and I think it will turn around. Our right back is a big issue.
Yeah.
Bradley can't stay fit. We have a bloody YouTuber in the team as well in Frimpong. You're having to play Dominic Soboslai at right back, who of course he's great in a lot of positions, but ideally you do not want to do so because you lose a lot of energy in the middle, right?
Yeah, correct.
That's so our fullbacks are also a worrying matter. I hope Connor Bradley can stay fit, because I think there's a very good player in there.
So with that we will wrap up this Liverpool segment as well.
Too long. Ish, remember when it was just the two United fans.
Yeah, guys, can you please be nicer to guests? You guys are here every week and
So
have 40 minutes for
this is
for
a
United.
football podcast show.
This
bro.
one is
Where got
Liverpool
nice?
stand, bro. Liverpool stand.
I apologize.
The COP TV.
It's all good,
No,
bro.
bro, your insight was very good.
Yeah,
Even as a
your
user,
insight
I
was
enjoyed it.
insightful. No wonder you brought the pen. Maybe we should start to bring pens also.
Maybe I have.
Yeah, I started already.
Easy.
I started.
On my table at the moment,
I'll just
I have a
keep doing this,
clock that I
I'll just
haven't installed.
Potentially
Okay, Ishrak, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you. We hope that we can
Thank you,
have
man.
you
Yeah,
in
man.
future again.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Sorry for talking and talking.
Hey,
No, bro, it's good.
That's
It's all good, bro.
Thank you for your insights.
It's football, man.
And of course, I love the pod. Always watching, always
Thanks,
supporting.
man. Thanks for the
Hey,
support,
man.
bro.
Ishrak, before you go, who's going
yes,
to
me.
win the league?
But I think I said at the start of the pod, I'm definitely an Arsenal sympathizer lah. I would say Arsenal lah. I would say.
Bro, you exit. You exit now.
Brother.
So, bro.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
Ishrak.
Ciao, man.
Thank you for
Thanks,
joining us.
man.
Thank you.
Ciao, bro.
See you on the weekend.
See you, bro. Bye-bye.
So Ishrak has left, so there's now 4 of us left in this, where we will cover there was a lot of games that were taking place like simultaneously, right? So there was a lot of
That's right.
we watched it on Gold Rush, so we can cover certain games to our knowledge, of course, because we were focusing on the Newcastle Sunderland game. I think let's touch that first, lah. Let's touch that
Yeah,
game.
let's do that,
Sunderland were
let's do
home. It was a derby game, and Newcastle lost.
You mean
1-0.
Sunderland versus the visitors?
Oh yeah.
Do you
Did
see
guys
it?
saw-
It's like
okay.
big shithousery, man. That is like,
They
I
didn't
love
even want to. They didn't even want to show Newcastle's logo. I love it, man. I love it. Like I wish that we did it against like Everton or
big
something.
shithousery. But finally, they had not won. Sunderland has won their last 4 home games against. Newcastle.
Also, they're still
Right.
unbeaten at home. Sunderland. That is
Oh, is
nice.
it for real?
Unbeaten
The
at home.
other petty one is, I think when last Newcastle beat them, I think it's a FA Cup game, they post in front of their fans.
Oh my
And then
god!
after
Seriously.
this game, Sunderland went to post in front of their fans and posted the image of it. Wow, these guys are petty, so petty that I love it, man. I love
Proper
it.
derby. Proper derby. For
Proper
me, this derby is in my opinion, the only derby that is better than the North London derby in terms of what is at stake, the rivalry and everything lah. So it was, the game was really, it was good, and Sunderland scored, and actually Voltamade scored lah for Sunderland.
Big Nick.
So
It's mom's
shout out,
favourite.
Voltamade.
I mean, absolute shambles. No, I mean,
Big Nick.
I
There's
don't understand.
there is, because this derby means is more in terms of like more
history.
even
The
right?
history, yeah.
Even
yeah,
between the two clubs, because
yeah.
Newcastle finally are exactly where they deserve to be. So So it is a very
I
even.
I was just happy for one thing, man. My guy, Robin
Yeah,
Roos, clean sheet.
clean sheet, clean
Oh,
sheet, clean sheet.
That's all.
Where do you think? What do you think is this key element that Sunderland have? Because for a team that just got promoted, they are doing absolutely fantastic. We seen the likes of this so far? Of course, there's a lot more of the season to go, right? But what do you think has made Sunderland to be this brilliant team, especially coming up from the championship? And then I had them like to maybe to come
drop
up
straight
and
back down.
not really got. I felt that they'd be in the mix.
Mates,
But
yeah,
I
yeah,
think because of their investment, I felt that they'd be safe. But I
yeah.
didn't expect what they are doing.
I think
What
it's
do
the
you guys
recruitment.
think?
I think personally think it's the recruitment on their part. Like, so usually the reason why these teams cannot perform, right, is because the owners don't invest enough into the
Or
club,
invest properly,
invest
right?
properly, right? And I think
Invest
they are
No,
really
properly.
Forest invested, I think, like
no, no, exactly. That's
crazy
why
amount.
that's why they stayed up as well, right? So there are common
Yeah.
denominators. Like if you see like those teams that do not invest or invest properly, they will usually get relegated. But Sunderland's recruitment has been really, really, really top notch. Like the players that they get, like Mukiele, these kind of players, right? These are quality players from the German league,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like Brian Broppy, like Broppy has like he was doing very well in the Dutch league and stuff.
Dutch league, right?
And I feel everybody, Granny Xhaka,
Bro,
right?
Granit Xhaka, we have to
Granny,
talk
Granny.
about him, man.
Bro,
Oh,
I'm telling you, this
he
guy,
was one signing. I was like thinking, why did he
like
move
it's a weird
from
thing, right? You
Leverkusen?
see how
Was
it
it?
worked out.
Yeah,
Like he's the one who controls the tempo of the team, how fast the team plays, how slow the team plays. He
yeah.
is a mammoth in the midfield, and yeah, bro. I think the common
What a great
denominator
signing, man. What a great signing.
is I think is investments, right? You're investing into the right profile of players, which will suit the Premier League. And so far, all the players that they have all seem to be able to suit the Premier League, but they are going to be in trouble, like AFCON. They are going to miss,
AFCON.
I think, 7, 8 players or
Yeah.
thereabouts. So they are going to be.
Shit.
I'm curious to
That
see how.
many.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
one racist club
They have
in
like
Arsenal that
Adingra and all
didn't
that.
lose anybody, and then now we have a very diverse.
Hey, but I
7, 8
think
players.
if you ask who would you want to play with? Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Who is your favorite player? Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Saka, right? Is
Xhaka. Xhaka.
Shaka is, I think, one of the main catalysts that is actually not only holding but like bringing the club
The
I'm going to
where they
glue.
go.
are.
The glue.
I'm going to go
Yeah.
on one and say that Zaka is up to now the signing of the season.
Ooh.
For what? You guys
I
while
understand
we are
enough for
at
the
it,
price tag
do
and
you
all.
guys have a signing of the season so far? Like to me, Zaka, what he's done for Sunderland has been absolutely
Yeah.
great. That I'm going to name him as my signing of the season.
Ooh.
Tough to
Damn.
argue, no?
Right at
Yeah,
this moment,
it
Tough
is
to
right.
tough.
argue. Yeah, tough to argue with it.
That's true.
I'm just trying to think offhand. I think Xhaka will probably be the one pound for pound. He has been
Right. How much did they get him for?
30 million. 30 or
That's
25 to 30 million. Yeah.
Mad
that's
lah.
actually great.
I mean he did have experience in the EPL. And towards the end he actually was doing, not towards the end lah, but like his career in the EPL was quite solid lah,
Hot
right?
and cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean in the beginning
When he left,
it was
also
like
people didn't expect him to do what he did at
yeah, correct.
Leverkusen, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
now
exactly.
more so, we did not expect him to do what he's doing at Sunderland, but brilliant from a team that we felt has invested good to a team that actually felt they invested better.
Oof,
They even posted it on their Instagram
horrible,
with
man.
Nick Voltemade in front, and then behind the invested better, trying to take a dig at Ishrak. So what's going on with Newcastle, guys? Do you guys think they're going to pick up, or it seems like they can never pick up this season? They
Away
get like
from home,
yeah,
they are notoriously bad. I don't know why. I remember the game against Brentford away, they lost
they
3-1.
lost.
At St. James Park, the atmosphere and all pulls them through, but I'm starting to doubt their actual quality, the squad.
Mhm.
They have some quality players, but away from home, they have been really poor. No, they don't really offer anything going forward. Defensively, okay here and there, but I think they have been poor lah. They have not been good. So they are Champions League club, They are in the Champions League. They are the 7th or 8th
Yeah.
actually. They're doing pretty well, no.
And I think this is not helping them in the league as well,
Yeah.
given that they are in that. I think for Newcastle, it'd be better for them to bum out that competition because they don't have the depth. I feel to run both competitions, and then Champions League is going to be taxing. It's not like you can rest players and all that, right? So I feel it's like
I think
difficult.
it's pretty draining. I think you guys got it on point. Like I think like you see their main players like Guimaraes and like
Tonali is playing
Tonali and
week out.
who got injured? Denburn, right? He got injured, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then
So like all these players right are playing like almost every game. So I think you guys kind of got it there. Like I think this amount of games without depth, I think is really hurting them a lot. So that's why probably EPL they can't really get
Yeah.
it,
So
especially away.
we'll close off this with
No worries.
Sunderland next play Brighton. Sunderland's away to Brighton. I think Brighton's been better. So I'm going to say Sunderland 1-0.
Away, is it?
Yeah,
That means at Brighton.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Sunderland.
I'm gonna go 1-1.
Ismail, you Brighton, Sunderland.
2-1 Brighton.
That's the first Brighton win, but it can happen. So Newcastle's next game is against Chelsea. This I really don't know where this
Are they
game.
home?
Yeah, St. James Park.
Newcastle's home.
Mm.
So like Newcastle,
Chelsea's gonna beat
Chelsea,
them.
right? Every time you expect them to beat somebody, they lose or draw, and every time you expect them to be in a tough game, they seem to win. So I think that pattern will continue. I'm going for a Chelsea 2-0 win.
I'm gonna go Newcastle to win it 3-1.
That's a solid.
I'm gonna go Chelsea win 3-1.
Wow.
Chelsea win 3-1. Wow.
I
Ismail,
think it will
yours?
be a KG 2-2 lah. Drop.
KG 2-2 is like a good game for us to watch. Like 2-2, there's
I don't know why I've been
goals.
saying stupid shit like comfortable 2-1, KG 2-2.
KG
Sorry
2-2.
guys, I think my brain is not
Bro,
really
bro,
well.
you are the Singapore Said, bro.
I am. Don't make me see you eating biryani. I tell you. If I
Ishrak
see
was
you
eating biryani.
if I see you eating biryani, you're done. I tell you. How's the biryani, mate?
One game that we are going to cover next is this the closest rivals to Mitran's league winning season. So the biggest challenges, I really thought that this would be a tough game, but of course, like we mentioned, right, it was the goal rush. So apparently the 3-0 flattered Man City. So I watched the highlights. Palace had their chances, man. If there was any team that you felt that deserved to lead based on what I was watching, the first half, right, was Palace. They missed a couple of chances, but Man City are just clinical to the point whereby you give Haaland this one chance, he scores.
Yeah.
I wonder if that guy gets injured, right? What will City's season look like?
I wonder and I hope the wonder becomes a reality and then we can all wonder. Okay,
At that point,
I'm sick and tired of that guy having 0.2 xg and scoring it like it's nothing, bro. The guy is
Yeah.
a machine, lah. The cross from Turkey, right? Actually, it was a very okay cross. Actually, the ball was going back. He really had to change the direction and redirect the ball, get enough strength from his neck, and get power on the ball. No, and he did it, man. The guy is so bloody good.
Monster.
It feels like a
He's
cheat
monster.
code, lah.
and he's one guy that has nobody to like. Of course, we're talking about change in system or whatsoever, right? He's one guy that you cannot like bench because Man City don't have a like for like striker to say, okay, Haaland, have a rest. But then game in, game out, he just this guy is one of the best finishers. If he was to stay in the league for as long as his contract is, right, he's got a 10-year contract or something, some
Yeah,
ridiculous.
10 years. Yeah.
He will easily beat Alan Shearer's record at the because every season, look at the number of goals he's producing. If you're telling me he's going to be around for another 10 season, right? He's just so clinical. And then this Man City team at this moment because a lot of people's worry was like, what's Pep going to do with Shirky? Is he going to stifle the player? Like, is Shirky going to be less less creative? Is he going to hold back his play? But he seemed to have unlocked his Foden. Foden's back to banging form again. He seemed to have unlocked his Foden and Shirky partnership, and then he's Haaland now, and then Doku. He can be S, but you know he's going to be a threat every game on the wings, right? But this game Doku wasn't around, so I was thinking, okay, let's see how it goes. But then Foden and Shirky stepped up, so tough times as an Arsenal fan to keep watching these.
Bloody hell, man!
And then
I'm telling
Donnarumma
you guys.
has been quite
Yeah,
excellent for them, right?
man. So I watched the City game first half. Palace
Hoping
had
they drop
chance
points,
after
bro.
chance after chance. Once Haaland scored, right, you know what? I said, forget it. Let's switch to Newcastle Sunderland. I know it's not going to happen. Like they're getting into the groove, guys. And what Pep is doing, right? He's having Foden and Cherky play right behind Haaland.
Yeah.
So it's very dangerous, you know. And they're scary because Donnarumma, right, he's pretty good, and the defense is also getting a bit stable. Nico O'Reilly is now consistently their left back. They don't actually have to shift
Yeah,
around so much.
Ruben Diaz has been in fact excellent form as
Yeah,
well.
Ruben Diaz, Guardiola, and everything. So we just got to hope and pray, just like every other year.
Haaland injury. You think waiting for the hope and pray on.
I personally feel that. Yeah, I mean, if Haaland gets injured, then it will be a huge boost. But I personally believe that the season is going to have patches. So you're going to have like a down form time. It's about which team tries to salvage as little point, even a draw. You know, in those games that you don't play well. That's why the Aston Villa game I was so furious because we didn't deserve to win. But take the 1 point, go back home, regroup. So that's going to be what it comes down to, lah. But City now is the most informed team after Aston Villa, in my opinion.
That's true. So I think in terms for Palace, it's a blip. Like this is just a big game that they did not take their chances, and then City just ran away with it. So it's a bit unflattering for Palace, but they deserved at least. Okay, if they lose, maybe like a 1-0, maybe it's justifiable on their part. So, but I think Palace will take it. This sort of results happen. I think they won't be too, especially when you know when it's Man City, right? Coming, it can go two ways. So I think it's a okay result at the end of the day. If the fans look at it from the perspective they did quite well, the result showed a different painted a different picture to what the actual game was. So Man City's next game, I don't think. Oh, this is where it get tricky for Arsenal. I feel because City play first, right?
Yeah. So for the first time, City had the chance to actually go
Leapfrog
on
you
top.
guys.
Yeah.
And City's game is West Ham. So is there anybody predicting West Ham to win against City?
Definitely. I'll be predicting that. Thank you very much.
So what's your prediction, bro, for West Ham?
I'm going to go. Okay, so I'm going to go 1-1. Hammers, Workers' Party. Hammers.
Bro, even if they are Kudus or something, maybe. But we'll see. Anything can happen in the Premier League, right? I'm going for a comfortable 3-0. It seems like the game to triple captain Haaland. I think the fella's going to have a big time game here. Ishmael, your predictions. Do you have any KG or cheeky
triple captain Haaland. That's why I think West Ham will win 1-0.
on the fact that you always works the other way around?
Yeah. So by triple captain Haaland lah. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a West Ham 1-0 lah.
Haikal, what's your prediction?
Nice.
City at home to West Ham?
Wow. Haaland's constant brace, right, is scary, guys. I'm gonna go 4-0 Man City.
So we let's see whether some of these guys' hopes and prayers will be answered in match week 17. On the other side of it, Palace. Let's see, Palace playing Leeds. Okay, so now we bring Leeds into the conversation. Leeds is playing at home against Crystal Palace in the next match week, so we'll be keeping a keen eye on that as well. So do you guys think that am I missing out something?
Leeds,
yeah, correct. So Leeds play
Leeds at home, is it?
Palace.
Leeds
yeah.
at home, bro. Leeds at home. Yeah.
I think Leeds win 2-1.
And guys, You guys, you all know something or not? Palace actually have the best away record in the league this season.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin, we don't have much hope
Kevin,
for
sorry,
you as we.
bro.
So, but Kelvin,
Bro,
I'm
just
with you
stay in
this week.
Bangkok, bro. Don't come
I'm,
back, bro.
I'm with you this week. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Leeds. 2-1.
Really?
Yes.
After
I'm
me
going to go
give you the
same
facts.
score.
Oh,
But I'm going to go same score,
okay.
but Palace win.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Palace.
I'm going to 2-0 Palace. I think it'll be a bit tough to break down Glasner's side for Leeds. We
Yeah.
saw how difficult it was in the Brentford game as well, right, for Leeds. So other games, of course, we are having a very long episode today, so we will touch on one last game in the interest of Kelvin, who's away and joined us. Leeds versus Brentford. This game ended 1-1, and Leeds now seem to have become a specialist at the late equalizer. It's another game
Yeah.
whereby they've gotten a late equalizer against Brentford. This game desperately needed a goal. Thank God Jordan Henderson scored, and shout out to him and his celebration. I think he held that one in for so long that he finally celebrated in memory of Diogo Jota.
Diogo Jota, yeah.
And then, but I thought Leeds were the better side. Do you guys feel that way?
Yeah.
Right, Leeds.
Yeah, 100%, man. They were the better side.
Everybody predicted Thiago to go and
Yeah.
do a madness on this one, brought him into FPL and everything, only for him to do what Kelvin expected him to do, which is to blank in this game. But it's looking, these are two teams that I think they both take a draw, correct? Given that where they are at this point in the season. I think Leeds are Leeds currently, what's their position?
I think they're not in the relegation zone, right? Are they?
Leeds are 17th.
17.
Leeds are
17th,
17.
okay.
Brentford are 20. With 20 points in the 15th position.
Yeah, quite
So
close.
I think the draw.
4
I
points.
cannot believe that West Ham, when this game was going on, Kevin is now in our group chat as well. He was hating Jared Bowen, and then I was thinking for the first time somebody hates Jared Bowen. Then I was like thinking, why would anybody hate Jared Bowen? Then I went to look at the league table, right? Leeds are 17, West Ham are 18. So that is why hoping, because Jared Bowen is the guy that keeps things sticking for West Ham, right? So
Yeah.
it makes sense that like a Haaland injury, you are wishing, and the opposite side of it, Kevin is wishing for a Jared Bowen injury to happen. So I believe that with that being said, Kevin is going to hope for a Man City win against West Ham, right? Because he needs to build up the gap.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
that's right.
That's
That's right.
Build up the gap, bro. Because he cannot. Kelvin, when you are listening or tuning in, will you want Arsenal to win the league, or will you want your team not to relegate by Man City beating West Ham? It's a dilemma.
Bro, obviously you choose the latter.
Oh.
But all the best. We predict that because Leeds play Palace next, right? Leeds play Palace. As for West Ham, also with no Brentford. Sorry, Brentford's next game is, if it's a tough one, we're gonna predict. If it's a put in a bag, then we're just gonna Wolves against Brentford. Ishrak also missed it out. I think I also missed it out, right? Liverpool's next game, right? We have completely missed out because Nitin is not here. Is the game we are playing against Nitin.
Tottenham, right?
Oh my
We will get Ishrak's
God.
prediction and we will enter it somewhere, somehow. We will go to that. So Wolves are playing Brentford. Forget about the game. So let's take this, okay?
Yeah.
Liverpool against Spurs. Spurs are home. So what do you guys reckon?
I think it's going to be 1-1, bro. 1-1 or 2-2.
Yeah.
Same for me, 1-1 or 2-2.
Is Kudus going to AFCON?
No, Ghana didn't qualify.
Hmm.
No, I think it's going to be a Liverpool victory, bro. I see like a
Liverpool always have their number, Spurs number.
That's
no?
why
Liverpool always,
I think it's
always
going to
beat
be.
them.
In fact, I think it's going to be a 3-1.
We have the
3-1
speaking of
Liverpool.
Spurs number. We will touch on that game shortly. For a short while after this, I think Liverpool. I think it's a draw written all over. I think it's a 2-2. Whenever we face Spurs, they'll be like, you remember Richarlison almost scored
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Mm.
that's
equalizer.
right.
It'll be like
Yeah,
3
yeah.
3 3, then 4-3.
Lots of
So
goals.
yeah, I think 2-2. I think it's a draw, and I think where we are at the moment, I think Liverpool will take it. Ishrak, we will get your predictions for this game. Unfortunately, I skipped a week when I was looking through the game week. Lastly, we'll touch on this game very shortly. Uh, in Spurs lost to Forest
Yeah,
3-0,
3-0.
Shambles, man.
which is not why Nitin is not here. So Nitin has a
Sure
legit
not.
stomach
Eh?
stomach issue. So we knew that Nitin wasn't going to join us. So I asked Nitin, is there any player that you want us to criticize? He asked us, he said, criticize the club, bro. That's how bad
He asked
this
us to
game.
sue the club, bro.
Man, Spurs just did not get going. This is again another fixture that the Premier League just decided to jumble everything, put everything together, right? So it's another game that I did not keep a keen eye on it. But we spoke to Nitin while the match was ongoing, and the way Nitin put it was like a really bad game for
Yeah.
Spurs. They
I,
just never got going.
I watched the game a little bit. I was just confused. I don't know what they were doing. It was, I don't know. Yeah, it was just confusion. Like from their defense to the way they moved the ball up the field. I was just lost. And then of course Vicario had a very bad game.
Oh yeah, the first
Yeah,
goal
Vicario
was
had a very bad game.
I
Even
don't
the second
understand.
goal, his positioning was way off. Like I don't know where he was
Yeah.
for the second goal.
I don't
And it's
understand
weird
when
because Vicario is to me, I feel like he's a quite a decent
he's a
goalkeeper,
good
So like
shot stopper. So
yeah.
Mm.
according to Nitin as well, of course, who keeps a very keen eye on these games because he's a Spurs fan, right? He's not the best distributor. So
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
here is what I don't understand. When you are not the best distributor, especially that first goal, right? I don't understand why there are teams that just refuse to just hoof the ball clear when you know the circumstances are not right for you to pass. So he passed the ball to Berrival at such a difficult position for that player to get the ball. And they lost the ball, and then Forest scored their first goal. I don't
Oh no,
understand
that one is
why.
not Berval. That one was
Archie
Archie
Gray.
Gray.
Oh, Archie Gray. Sorry,
Archie
Archie
Gray,
Gray.
yeah.
So I
Archie Gray.
don't understand why do you have to just hoof the ball once, go up the pitch and try to get it rather than this, right? And Archie Gray looks extremely defeated and dejected when
Yeah.
he lost the ball. So it didn't. But for Spurs, like 1 week they seem like they're gonna bounce back, and then the next week is in jeopardy of being another bad season. Ismail, you are smiling. So what do you have to say about this Spurs?
No, in my head, I realized, bro, they cannot finish. Then in my mind, I'm thinking they couldn't even finish their biryani, if you put them on a platter. You know what I mean?
No, bro.
Let
Actually,
alone a
they
goal,
don't
lah.
even create chances, bro. They
That's
don't
the
even create
thing.
chances. You know, their expected goals is so little all the
Cannot,
time, especially away from home. Is really poor. And they actually have got a pretty decent squad. It's not a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
squad that
That's right.
should be
Yeah.
going to Nottingham Forest and getting smashed up 3-0. I'm okay if you lose 1-0, 2-1. Give it a fight. You get nicked with the late goal or what, it's fine. But getting smashed 3-0, not the first time. Before that, Arsenal did lost 4-1. They have been handed quite a lot of big defeats along the road. And not say their home form is also been very bad. Do you know the 2 points that Wolves had? One of them came at the Spurs Stadium.
Spurs.
Wolves
Yeah.
actually drew with them 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. So I think Thomas Frank has to take a lot of responsibility as well. Like what Maddie pointed out. Like if you know that your CDM is not able to receive the ball under pressure, then hoof the damn ball up. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So if you keep trying, you need to play to your player's strengths. And that's how you try to come out of it. If you keep playing to his weakness, of course he's gonna get found out, and his confidence will be on the floor, you see.
Yeah.
So I think they're in a bit of a cycle, if you
I
ask
was
me.
asking Nitin this, lah. I said, bro, would you, what's your thoughts on Frank, right? So he was mentioning that the board is going to back him all the way to the end of the season, lah. Instead of chopping and changing. However, I'm quite disappointed at Frank, if I'm being fucking honest also. Although I agree with Nitin that most of the time it's the player's fault. not only the manager, right? The players have to take ownership and responsibility. This same bunch of clowns for United and Spurs, the same boat, are the same players from last year and whatnot. However, Frank, for the kind of the adaptable manager he was at Brentford, I'm like lost, like what is he trying to do? Right, because not only is there lack of goals, but they're conceding a lot of goals. Like, is it the players are not listening to instructions, or is it very bad management?
This feels a step too. This feels like a Graham
Step
Potter
too
to
big, right?
Chelsea.
Like it's like a
Graham Potter to
Also,
too big
Chelsea
for
kind
you.
of
Yeah.
thing. Right?
also we were raving about Thomas Frank
And
early
he was at
in the
Brentford, right?
season. No, early in the season we were
Early in
actually
the
kind of
season, we
raving
were-
about him. You know,
Yeah, correct.
we were
correct.
saying how good his team
I
looks,
think
how
the
good
first
Spurs were
5
looking.
games they were quite good or something.
Defensively, they were very good. They were not conceding goals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They brought
I
it
think
to Man
Thomas
City
Frank,
early season. You know,
one of
Yeah,
Thomas
yeah.
Frank's
you know.
biggest issue at the end of the day will Spurs not managing to get Brian Mbeumo. I think if he had Mbeumo, right, he would have some. I think he went for
Ammo.
a few of his ex-players. I
All didn't
think
cover. Yeah.
yeah, all didn't
Yeah.
end up going
Yeah,
there.
but we also cannot take away from the fact that Spurs kena the die special.
He's on that. This
It's on
Forest
that.
thing, right? What is going on? They beat Liverpool
Die.
3-0
Deforestation,
and
they call it, bro.
But they play
Utter woke nonsense.
guys.
Utter work nonsense.
Who Sangare had a massive game.
What a strike,
Yeah,
Sangare, bro. Like, you know, in this game itself, right? Got 2 goal of the week contenders, man.
Yeah.
Like how
easy.
to choose, yeah. Like I tell you, they apart from Spurs, you know, just crumbling and losing. I think damn, Forest had a very good game. They were really, you know, putting it on to Spurs and making sure that, you know, they got the goal and then still putting pressure and then finishing it with 3 goals.
What's
So
weird about this Forest club, right? They beat us 3-0 at Anfield. They beat Spurs 3-0. They drew against Man U. All of that, and then they're still in 16th position. It's something I cannot. So, what
I think it was
they've
the
been
early
It's a
losing.
Daichi. No, it's a Daichi after he came in. All this happens
yeah, it's
after
after he came in, bro.
after
So,
Daichi
it's
came in.
a Ange Postecoglou fault lah.
Correct. And
Correct. So
Bro,
he's
this
a
Ange.
big Ange fault.
Big Ange.
Or
Big
is it
Ange.
Marinaki's fault?
Yeah, Marinakis were
Oh yeah,
always
yeah, yeah. There was
Okay.
history. There was quite a bit of rich history in this game because of the Morgan Gibbs White.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know the one, yeah. So I saw Spurs fans online. They were, you know what? Yeah,
but dude,
they're going a bit.
it's damn funny the fucking. But Elliot Anderson, man, this game again. Like, bro, it's like that guy is.
This guy and his Elliot Anderson,
man.
I'm telling you, bro.
Bro, I don't understand. Okay, I think Elliot Anderson is a very good player. I really think so. But if you ask me, right, I think Adam Wharton is
He's
clear, lah, bro.
better. Yeah.
No, bro, it's
Yeah.
different. It's different because okay, they are
What
both
different.
very different players.
Mm.
Adam Wharton is the kind he receives the ball even before he get the ball. He know he's gonna make the quick pass, and it works for his
Palace.
Palace side because they play that kind of football. But if you
Mm.
want to play control football, right, where you can hold the ball, run, I feel like Wharton doesn't cover
Box to
as
box, lah.
correct. It doesn't cover as much ground as Elliot Anderson does. That all round midfielder
Fair.
to me.
Bro,
But
here's
then
my hot
again,
take.
right, yeah.
Hot take, right? Somebody's going to take the fall for this bid and buy Elliot Anderson. And when he goes to the next club, right, he's going to be a flop. This is what I feel. I feel like too much is okay. He's a fantastic player, no doubt. He's a fantastic player, but we have to take into consideration where he plays, and you when you go to a bigger club, your expectations are different. He moved from Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Right? So your next club is not you. You are going to shine because teams are going to try to play through the midfield. But when you, for example, like Man United, you wish United get him, right? When you go to United and just United stabilize a bit, right? You are not going to be asked to be that destroyer all the time. You need to carry the ball forward. You need to play passes. Even Casemiro, right? You know Casemiro can spread the ball quite well. Those are the things you need to do. So that is why I feel like Wharton would be a good, because you guys are not
Wharton
going to
has
be
a
like
ping, man.
right. I feel like, and with Elliot Anderson, if you are going to be a defensive team, fair enough. I think you will need that guy to keep on stopping the other team from progressing. That's why I feel he's doing quite
But
well.
isn't that what we are struggling with at United? Like you think
Yeah,
about it, like the moment we
but
lose the
there'll be
ball,
more that is required of him from when
yeah,
he goes to United. I mean, I get that he's this player that everybody's raving about, but there are people putting 80 million. I'll pay for him 90 million. I don't think Elliot Anderson is that player. Lah.
I
He's
didn't
not.
say 90, I said 150.
So that absurd amount for. I just don't
I'm
think
just
he's
joking.
worth.
I'm just guys. It's just banters. But at the end of the
I
day,
feel like
if
Elliot Anderson and Max, if anybody want to
I
buy him,
think
is a
I will get
50
him
million
for
player.
70 lah. I'm honestly, I'll be willing to pay 70 for him. Bro,
Got the
you think
English
about
tax also lah.
got the English
So
tax, got the United tax, these two
mm,
tax, right? Like
mm,
if United goes
yeah,
for a player, they immediately
double
20,
taxed.
double tax. So if 70 we get for him, I think it's gonna be a steal. I mentioned this last week as well. Like
Bro,
he's
70 million J is going to be a steal.
bro, it is.
Bro, how much did Gyökeres go to
Bro,
Arsenal
I
for?
think bro, Gyökeres went
60,
for
60.
bro.
How
The only
much did
thing
But don't forget Gyökeres gave up 2 million to force his move. I really wish he didn't give up the 2 million now.
bro, like Mith and I were talking about it that day. It's like, remember, like I was so depressed that I unfollowed him 3 times on IG.
Oh
Because
yeah, correct.
he's supposed to come
Emo sia
United,
you.
and then
Guys, do you all know something? Sorry for cutting in. I really need to tell Haikal and Mehdi this. Do you
Yeah.
all know the Europa League finals?
Mm.
I was supporting Tottenham because I didn't want United to win because if they won, they will go to the Champions
Champions
League.
League.
And if they do that, they will get Gyökeres.
Okay. Fair enough.
This was my thought process. I was with Ish on that day. On the day of the finals, I was with Ish and I told him this. I said, bro, y'all cannot win lah. Y'all win, y'all get Joker. That's how much I rated that guy.
Now you wish that Spurs didn't get the title. Now you wish United won and they could
It
have
was a
got your
complete opposite. Yeah, no, sorry. I just wanted to tell y'all that.
no,
lah.
it's
So that
Weird how football works sometimes.
yeah, bro.
Fine
that
margins, bro.
about covers another result that we're not going to go too much into the game was Chelsea beating Everton 2-0. Chelsea had Cole Palmer back. Cole Palmer is back.
Scored the first goal as well.
Scoring goals. Who scored their second goal? Oh,
Gusto.
Malo Gusto.
Malo Gusto.
Malo Gusto had a
My
man
friend
on the back.
Paul was in Stamford Bridge that game.
So congrats to you, Amar Pal, and
Yeah.
glad Chelsea Maresca didn't hit loss this time and decided to play 3
Maresca
defenders.
is on some mad thing. Do you guys see the interview?
Why?
Yeah.
He said this is the toughest 2 days I've had as a Chelsea manager. I've not gotten support from the fans. He's like going on some tangent which I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
He
So
was hitting out at the board and the hierarchy, if I'm not wrong. And then what happened was that Chelsea recently had their own press conference, which they were actually putting up for views on their website. And I think Johnson, one of the reporters for Guardian, asked the question, were you actually directing that answer the other day, post-match, to the board? And they cut off the stream. Chelsea actually cut off the stream. So I think he was
sounds
hitting
like
at the hierarchy lah.
Mr. Marinakis' job kind of thing, huh? But bro,
Yeah.
Todd Bowley will drop the fella the minute he feels that you are going against me. I think Todd Bowley is the sort of guy who's not going to take it. He will let go of Maresca if he feels like Maresca is going overboard. That's what I feel. I feel like
I feel the
it's not
same.
going to especially given where Chelsea are, right? Given where the world champions are at the moment.
FC, we are fighting for title for 2 weeks. FC.
Yeah, lah. His mom likes to take this dig at like Chelsea and then Aston Villa. Bro, at least be happy for your friend Amar Pal.
I genuinely wished him that I was like, hey bro, I hope you guys win today. I mean, that's genuinely what I want.
Bro, Amar
But
Pal,
next week I hope they get better. 3-0 lah.
If you are listening, we all hope that Chelsea maintain the 2-0 lead. Solely, I was hoping Everton. Then Ismam said, my friend is at Stamford Bridge. And I was like, never mind lah. Let Chelsea win 2-0. Make the travel all the way there. Then after that, if lose, some sedih thing going on. So
my friend Pradeep, he travelled to Old Trafford to watch the United Liverpool game. Okay,
they lost, right?
United got better 3-0 lah.
Yeah, these are the worst. And
At Old Trafford.
I
And
won't wish this on my worst enemy.
yesterday
Imagine how
the
much
fucker tell me he
respect.
gonna go again. I said you should never ever.
Choose
You have
choose
to
your
be.
game.
You are banned from Old Trafford. Last time I went to Old Trafford, we lost 3-0. So I say, brother, do not step foot near Old Trafford ever again.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you one even worse one. I don't know this guy well lah. I just know he's on my Instagram and I know him through secondary school. Bro, he's a diehard Liverpool fan. Can you guess the 2 games that he went to watch or not? Bro, I felt so sad for him. Nottingham Forest and PSV.
This year, these are the 2 games
Yeah,
he went. Bro,
yeah.
you
Even
Damn.
you
bro, it's
DM this
so
guy and tell him don't ever go to the. In those 2 games, bro, we've considered 7 goals.
bro, you're so sad, bro. Really, like
Commiserations to
Damn.
you, my dude. The one that went to that's on Mitran's Instagram. Went to Anfield, bro. Here's my word of advice: don't step foot in Anfield ever again, bro.
Ban.
You're banned.
Blacklisted.
I hope Anfield, anybody from the stadium like Stuart or what watching, right? We will link you up with this guy. Then you know how the guy who rushed the Ariana Grande when she was in Singapore,
Yes.
and then they start to
Ban.
ban him from. And then he was banned. Recently, tried to wear a mustache and go for the Lady Gaga concert. So
Yeah.
we will
yeah.
send to Liverpool Football Club the face of this guy. If you see him at the stadium trying to enter, just don't let him go. Thrashing of weights. So with that, this episode has been long, but we had to dissect a lot of things. So we will go for a short one as per usual. Your player of the week, your goal of the week, your team of the week. So we start with your player of the week, guys.
I got Harry Wilson from Fulham.
Harry Wilson. My player of this week, right? I always not biased giving to opposition, but I give it to Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones has stabilized some things for Liverpool at the moment, so that is mine.
I am going to go with Morgan Rogers.
And the 3-2
Villa
win
again
over West Ham.
losing. Yeah, come back,
Nice.
equalize and score the winning goal.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna go
Ishmael,
with
yours?
Rogers as well, but since you say
Mhm.
already, I will go with Bruno lah. I think Bruno has
Mhm.
done quite a fair bit.
Not Dalu,
Hey, Dalo, bro. Hey, don't talk about my goat like that.
Okay. If we
let's-
start this,
let's-
it might become
yeah,
like 2
yeah.
hours more. Okay, your team of the week, guys.
I'm going with Forest, guys.
That's a good win against Spurs.
My team of the week, I'm going to pair it up with Morgan Rogers, Aston Villa. Guys, what kind of run are they on, man?
Yeah, it's a mad run.
It's
Yeah, they're doing good.
insane.
They're doing
The
good.
first episode I was on Offset the pod. We were actually talking about how
We're
bad they
laughing about
were.
him.
I couldn't
Especially
even score a
Mount.
goal. It's insane.
Now
I was having a
yeah.
good time, to be honest.
My team of the week, right? I'm gonna give it to Wolves. I know it sounds ridiculous, right? But for
Yeah.
a team that has 2 points to go to the Emirates and technically not concede by Arsenal scoring, although they did score 2 own goals and so late in the game, right? I give it to them for their resilience, although they'll get battered next week. But for this week, Wolves for me.
My team of the week is Sunderland, obviously, because I feel
A derby victory.
they not only, I mean, the goal was lucky lah, but I think they had it coming because they were actually dominating possession, dominating second, always first to the second ball. It's crazy. I mean, for a newly promoted side, they have my utmost respect.
And lastly, what do you call your goal of the week? My goal of the week,
trouble this one.
I'll give it to the Fernandes free kick.
Yeah, same. Double.
Not many free kicks go in this nowadays, right? So I'll give it to his
Same.
free kick.
I'm with you on this as well. I think that's my goal of the week.
I got problems, I got 4 no guys. Sorry, go first. I'll explain.
This is tough, man. I'm just trying to.
You better don't say it's one of the own goals is your goal of the week.
Yeah, actually, I was contemplating between the two, which one to choose.
Sam Johnston or Mosquera.
No lah, I think I have to go with Bruno also lah. Sorry, it's the same answer, but he was really damn bloody good. Top bins.
Haikal, so you have 4.
I got 4. One was Saka, but it was an own goal, so I was like, okay, maybe not so, but it was from a corner, right? I have Hudson Odoi and I have Sangare. It was in the same game. Both of them scored a crazy goal, But then I think I got to give it to Morgan Rogers. That second goal that he took,
My
right?
goodness.
I
Crazy.
think that was the way he controlled the ball, and then he turned. He saw he had the chance, and then he went for it. And I think that was
Villa better
mad.
make it to the Champions League, man. Or is they going to lose
Hey, I'm
Morgan
telling
Rogers?
you, we are gonna beat them next week. The rot starts there. Bro. It starts tomorrow. It's okay.
The rod starts there for your team or Villa?
For Villa, bro.
My
But
God.
bro, why do you hate Villa?
I don't hate Villa. I just
Bro,
find
you
it
just hate
annoying.
Villa, bro. He's just lying for the Villa fans listening in.
I don't
Guys,
hate
he hates Aston Villa.
I do not hate Villa. I just think Birmingham are a better club than them. That's all.
Ooh, what the? What is? Wait,
Bro,
what is happening
in recent
here?
years, right?
Hello.
I remember Birmingham for two things. One, selling Jude
Peaky
Bellingham and
Blinders,
retiring his number. And the two, I know as a football club, two is they had a matte jersey because they are a Nike undefeated. And three is Wayne Rooney being the manager and doing absolutely that shit. So how can you say Birmingham is the if you're
I'm a
talking about
Birmingham
Peaky
fan, lah, bro.
Blinders, then yeah,
Hey,
lah,
maybe
bro.
maybe
I'm a
maybe
fan of Birmingham. That's why I
stop
don't like
these
Villa.
roundups and then just have like a football bands podcast.
Yeah.
Dude,
Who
honestly,
hate
I think
most?
I'm.
Come
My
on.
Bro, actually,
God.
we should find the rivals against each other and just the two of them.
Okay, we talk about who is a better club, who has a richer history, that sort of thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
But the Aston Villa
I
hate
told
will
my
continue
Villa
or not,
friend.
we will see next week.
I told my Villa
And
friend, you guys
lastly,
are not even the
yeah.
most successful club in Bramiland, bro. He got them triggered.
Bro, they have a European.
I know, like,
Yeah,
joking, lah, bro.
just joking lah.
Just fucking around, bro.
But
okay,
you
last-
won't be joking next week when they beat you. Okay, so
Last
lastly,
category.
your Ballon d'Or. So each week we pick up somebody, a player, a team, a manager, a fan, whatever, to be the guys the week's most unimpressive performer or just jackass of the week that we feel this week. So guys, who do you have this week?
Vicario for me.
Oh, same thing.
Absolute bellend.
I have the whole Spurs team, including Thomas Frank, for giving me the false hope, thinking that they actually look good in the beginning of the season. So yeah, sorry, Nate.
I'm going for Nitin for saying that he has a stomach. Okay, to be honest, my Ballon d'Or this week is Kobe Mainoo's brother. These sort of things are unnecessary. I don't like these sort of things. It's just unnecessary drama. If your brother wants to leave the club, ask your brother to go and approach the manager, say I want to leave, and then just sort it internally. When Salah did it, some drama, I said he was the Ballon d'Or. This week, the brother of Kobe Mainoo. Unnecessary things. So with that, lastly, we will just look at our league, which we are closing soon.
Bro, I think next week last already, right? I think we end at the
closed at the
midway.
exact halfway.
Halfway point. So I think we are left with two more.
We should close, and I also should just exit the league also lah. I think I can just give up this season.
Okay. Before
Bloody
that,
hell.
before we see why you want to quit, let's go through the league. Nitin continues to be at number 1, unlike Spurs. He has 991 points. So he's reaching the 1,000 points very soon. I think he'll be there next week already.
Yeah.
Sean Tobin Ishrak at this game, or Isaac at this game, is number 2 with 985 points, and third, Champion FC by Shiva Guetta.
Yeah.
He has 982 points.
Mr. Chelsea fan, bro, my good friend.
So that's our top 3. And then our new entry in is Kelvin, who's part of last week's episode, is now Singapore Leeds FC. He is currently 6th with 967. Oh, Mitran, you have fell so badly.
Fall out from grace, bro. Corresponding to Arsenal's performance. Every time Arsenal perform badly, I go make many subs. Minus 10 points, minus 12 points.
So I saw my name as 7, right? So I'm still looking for you, like where you, because you've always been like the top among all of us, minus Nitin, right? So yeah, fell from grace, bro. So I now am the top in minus. Oh, now there's Kelvin also lah. Shit.
Where is Ishmam?
I'm below him.
Ismam is just
below Mehdi.
At number 8, Ismam. You fall below Ismam also, bro.
Bro, I've dropped a lot, bro.
So
As a captain.
Mitran is currently your number 11. This shows how, my friend Murali, who has the team, I haven't, Ilanga Johnson, he was always, he's now
Top
at
3, right?
11.
Top 3.
So it's crazy. And then Haikal, but we will give you the grace because you were overseas for a period of
Yeah,
time.
man.
You
I
have
wasn't.
you have
Yeah.
a lot of free transfers. So
You
we
guess how many
expect
free transfers I had, guys?
5, right? Is that 5 max?
5 max, right? No.
5, man.
Yeah, that
It's
was
capped.
what.
It's capped at 5.
Yeah, so that,
And the funny thing was, I didn't do anything. I didn't change
bro. So
anything. I
I'm
was
going to
like,
give you the
fish,
advice that
man.
Nitin asked us to follow last week. There's just now, is it 2 more weeks, his mom?
Yeah.
To play all
All
your
your
chips.
all the chips and
We
chips.
are
Yeah.
we are nice guys. Although we are offering a prize to the top at the end of the season, we'll buy you your team's jersey, right? We can just keep this information a secret and not tell you to use your chip. But now we as nice guys, we are reminding you to use your chips that you have balance before it refreshes.
Don't use the
after
wrong chips, guys. Gambling, we don't advocate gambling here. Don't use the wrong
Yeah.
chips. Okay.
Yeah, if you want solid advice for FPL at the moment, Nitin is the guy. Don't take advice from the rest of us because we might be here or there. But if Nitin wins, then I will personally ask Mitran to buy the jersey and give him buy the Spurs jersey.
Ooh.
buy
We
the
should do that. We should not only buy, but then after that, Mith has to hand it.
we record.
I'll do it. I'll
You
do
have
it.
to-
I'll do it.
So with that, guys, it's been a long episode. If you've
Oh,
been here with
man.
us throughout this episode, we thank you. We thank you for your support. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please follow our Spotify page and all our socials. We will really appreciate it. And so with that, that's the end of this episode. We hope to bring it out to you guys in time. And because this Man United guys, I'm telling you, Man U
Yeah,
keep playing
last
this Tuesday 4 a.m. right?
We
It's
need
the
that.
reason. It's not that
When we
we are
talk so
slow
much,
workers.
it becomes Manchester United problem. When now Liverpool talk so much, so whose problem? Man United problem also. Walao way. What is, you look at the head. Look at the head.
It's like that. It's like that. Normal.
Right.
Normal.
Oh my.
So we will see.
God.
Well, Man United beat Aston Villa. We will see if can Spurs and beat Liverpool or can Liverpool
That's
beat
right.
Spurs, and we will see.
What a week.
Mitran, once they are in second place for a few hours, can they reclaim the top spot back from Man City? All of it will be in the next episode.
Damn,
With
what a
that,
week next week.
my name is Maddie. Peace out.
I'm Haikal.
Amish.
I made. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bye bye.